Next Chapter Podcasts.
This episode is brought to you by Visit Williamsburg. In Williamsburg, Virginia, there's never too much of a good thing. Whether you're a foodie, a golfer, a history buff, a shopaholic, an outdoor enthusiast, or a thrill seeker, you'll find what you came for here and more. So ask yourself, what is it you want? Discover Williamsburg and plan your trip at visitwilliamsburg.com.
Making everyone happy on vacation isn't easy. But you know what is? Going to Aruba. All you have to do is walk out your door to find pristine pools, relaxing white sand beaches, and an island teeming with outdoor activities that'll put a smile on any face. You won't just feel great, you'll all feel great, filled with a calmer, more peaceful vibe that radiates Aruba's warmth. And the best part is, it never fades. That's the Aruba effect. Plan your family trip at aruba.com.
Join Play On Premium to get merch like t-shirts, hoodies, and coffee mugs, ad-free episodes, and bonus content video featuring interviews with the actors, producers, playwrights, and directors who brought it all to life. Go to ncpodcasts.com and subscribe to Play On Premium to support the art and the artists.
Next Chapter Podcast presents the Play On podcast series, Romeo and Juliet. For the best listening experience, be sure to use headphones or earbuds. And remember, violent delights have violent ends.
Daniel, do you want to get dinner tonight before the show?
We have to unwipe.
Yeah, I do.
Daniel, could you keep talking?
Yeah.
Is this thing on?
Yeah, I can hear you,
had
dude.
a great
day, and literally nobody is getting ready.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hi, it's Dorcas.
Hi, I'm doing my microphone stuff.
Daniel, I said hi, it's Dorcas.
You need to wait your turn.
Hold on, hang on, Daniel. Dorcas, go ahead.
Okay.
I know, but he put me into
Daniel,
the booth.
you are ready to go.
Where do I put the plug? Which plug do I put
Testing,
in?
testing.
Oh my God!
Friends, we have to begin.
Everyone's talking.
Dorcas, can you try and corral the room and let us know what we're trying to do here? So everybody go back to your madness.
We're going to go ahead and start at the top.
All right, that's good.
Two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona, where we lay our scene. From ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal loins of peace to foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life. Their misadventured youth draws to a close, and with their death bury their parents' strife. The fearful passage of their death-marked love, and the continuance of their parents' rage, which but their children's end none could remove, is now the 2 hours traffic of our stage. The which if you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss, our toil shall strive to mend.
Peter, I swear, man, we can't be no one's suckers.
Depends. There's some people I'd be happy to suck on.
Well, they can suck my cum and then succumb to my sword.
And then you can succumb to the death sentence.
Not me. I'm quick. Tempt me, and I strike like lightning.
Lucky you're not quickly tempted to strike.
A dog of the house of Montague tempts me right quick.
To quickly fight or quickly flee?
Flee? Only thing fleeing is my sword from my sheath. I will tower over any boy or maid of Montague's.
No real man needs a tower to fight.
True. That's why women, being the weaker vessels, are kept in towers. So then, over Montague's boys, I tower, and in his maids, thrust my tower.
The fight is between our masters and us. They're men.
Men, women, if you're a Montague, I'm your tyrant. I'll bleed their men. I'll be worse with the maids and cut off their heads.
The heads of the maids?
Yeah, the heads of the maids. or their maiden heads.
Oh.
Feel me?
I don't know that anyone has ever felt you.
Any feeler I felt up will willingly testify. It's known I am a pretty piece of flesh.
It's known you are a pretty piece of fish, hung dry and salty. Grab your tool. Here comes through the house of the Montagues.
Swing! My tool is up and out. Go fight. I got your back.
What, so you can turn your back and run?
You don't trust me?
No.
We'll keep the law on our side. Let them start it.
How about I scowl as I pass by and rile them up?
That's good. Or how about I bite my thumb at them as a slur and see how they like it?
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
We're still good with the law if I say yeah.
No,
sir, I do not bite my thumb at you, sir. But I bite my thumb, sir.
Do you quarrel, sir?
Quarrel, sir? No, sir.
But if you do, sir, I am for you. I serve as good a master as you.
But not better.
Well, sir.
Say yes, better. I see one of my master's nephews coming over.
Yes, better, sir.
You lie.
Draw if you be men. Peter, deliver that slashing blow.
Heart fools! Benvolio, put up your swords. You know not what you do.
What?
Tybalt,
Art thou drawn among these fearful fowls? Turn thee, Benvolio. Look upon thy death.
I do but keep the peace. Put up thy sword, or govern it. Depart these men with me.
What, drawn and talk of peace? I hate the word, as I hate hell, all Montagues, and thee. Come at me, coward.
What noise is this? Give me my long sword, ho!
You need a crutch. Why call you for a sword?
My sword, I say. Old Montague has come and flourishes his blade to spite my house.
Oh,
villain Capulet! Hold me not! Let me go!
Thou shalt not stir a foot to seek a foe.
Rebellious subjects, enemies to peace, profaners of this neighbor-stained seal. Will they not hear? What ho, you men, you beasts, that quench the fire of your pernicious rage while purple fountains spurt from civil veins, on pain of torture. From those bloody hands, throw your ill-destined weapons to the ground. And hear the sentence of your moved prince. 3 civil brawls, bred of some empty words by thee, old Capulet, and Montague, have thrice disturbed the quiet of our streets, and made Verona's elder citizens cast off their wise untroubled countenance to wield old rapiers in hands as old, rusted with peace, to part your rusty hate. If ever you disturb our streets again, your lives shall pay the forfeit of the peace. For this time, all the rest depart away. You, Capulet, shall go along with me, and Montague, come you this afternoon to know our further orders on this case to Old Freetown, our common judgment place. Once more, on pain of death, all men depart.
Who gave this ancient quarrel further flame? Speak, nephew. Were you by when it began?
I saw the servants, yours and theirs, being drawn. Close fighting, neck in neck, ere I approached. I drew to part them. In that instant came the fiery Tybalt with his sword prepared. While we were interchanging thrusts and blows, came more and fought on either part, till the prince came, parting each apart.
Oh, where is Romeo? Saw you him today? Right glad I am he was not at this fray.
Madam, an hour before the worshipped sun peered through the golden window of the east, a troubled mind drove me to take a walk, where underneath the grove of sycamore that westward stand, away from city sounds, there, In the light of dawn, I saw your son. Towards him I walked, but made aware of me, he stole into the cover of the leaves. I, matching his desire to my own, pursued my humor, not pursuing his, and gladly shunned who gladly fled from me.
Many a morning hath he there been seen, with tears augmenting the fresh morning's dew, adding to clouds more clouds with his deep sighs. But also soon as the all-cheering sun should in the furthest east begin to draw the shady curtains from the mountain heads, away from light steals home my heavy son, and to his private chamber yokes himself, shuts up his windows, locks far daylight out, and makes his morn an artificial night. Black and portentous must this humor prove, unless good counsel may the cause remove.
My noble uncle, do you know the cause?
I neither know it nor can learn from him.
Have you persisted he explain his pains?
Both myself and many other friends, but he alone will counsel his accounts, befriends himself, I cannot say how well, but keeps himself so secret and so close.
So far from our perception are his thoughts, much like the bud invaded by a worm, before his leaves might sweetly scent the air, or dedicate his beauty to the sun.
There. If we could learn from whence his sorrows grow, we willingly would give all cures we know.
See, there he comes. So please you, step aside. I'll learn his grievance, or be much denied.
I would thou be enlightened by thy stay of his true state. Come, madam, let's away.
Oh.
Good morrow, cousin.
Is the day so young?
It just struck 9.
Me, sad hours feel long. Is that my father that went hence so fast?
It was. What sadness lengthens Romeo's hours?
Not having that which having makes them short.
In love?
Out.
Of love?
Out of her favor, where I am in love.
Alas, that love, so gentle in his looks, should have such tyrannous, ungentle hooks.
Alas, that love whose sight is blind and still should without eyes see pathways to his will.
Oh.
Where shall we dine? Oh, me, what fray was here?
Yet
tell me not, for I have heard it all. It's much to do with hate, but more with love. Why then, O brawling love, O loving hate, O everything that nothing did create, O heavy lightness, serious vanity, chaotic puzzle of, seeming forms, feather of lead, bright smoke, cold fire, sick health, what eyes of sleep, what's not is what it is. This love feel I, that feel no love in this. Dost thou not laugh?
No, 'cause I'd rather weep.
Good friend, at what?
At thy good heart's oppression.
Why, such is love's transgression. Griefs of mine own lie heavy in my breast, which thou wilt multiply, to have it pressed with more of thine. This love that thou hast shown doth add more grief to too much of mine own. Love is a smoke raised with the fume of sighs, when cleared, a fire sparkling in lovers' eyes, when pained, a sea nourished with loving tears. What is it else? A madness, most discreet, a choking gall, and a preserving sweet. Farewell, my cuz.
Soft, I will come along. You leave me so you know you do me wrong?
Tut, I have lost myself. I am not here. This is not Romeo. He's some other where.
Tell me, and jest no more. Who is your love?
What shall I gravely tell thee?
Grave or not, the truth, cuz tell me who.
Bid a sick man to gravely make his will. Word ill-urged to one that is so ill. My grave is, cousin, I do love a woman.
I aimed so near when I supposed you loved.
Thou art good marksman, and my love, she's fair.
Well, the fairest mark, fair cuz, is soonest hit.
In that hit you far miss. She'll not be hit. With Cupid's arrow, she hath Dian's wit, and chastity that heavens did bestow. Her heart's immune to love's weak childish bow. She will not suffer siege of loving terms, nor bide the encounter of enamored eyes, nor open doors to saint-seducing gifts. Oh, she is rich in beauty, only poor that when she dies all beauty live no more.
Then she hath sworn forever she'll be chaste?
She hath! And in that swearing makes huge waste, for beauty starved with her severity cuts beauty off from all posterity. She is too fair, too wise, wisely too fair, to merit bliss by making me despair. Yet hath forbidden love, and in that vow do I live dead, and live to tell it now.
Be ruled by me. Forget to think of her.
Oh, teach me how I might forget to think.
By giving liberty unto thine eyes, examine other beauties.
'Tis the way to see hers exquisite, being thus compared. Some happy masks that kiss fair ladies' brows, being blank, puts in our mind the fair they hide. He that is struck and blind cannot forget the precious treasure of his eyesight lost. Show me a lady that is passing fair. What doth her beauty serve but to remind of beauty that surpassed that passing fair? Farewell, thou canst not teach me to forget.
I'll pay that lesson or else die in debt.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling. But Montague is bound as much as I, to penalty alike. And 'tis not hard, I think, for men so old as we to keep the peace.
An honourable repute precede you both, and pity 'tis you lived at odds so long. But now, my lord, what say you to my suit?
I echo that which I have said before. My child is yet a stranger in the world. She hath not seen the change of 14 years. Let 2 more summers wither in their pride before we think her ripe to be a bride.
Younger than she a happy mother's maid?
And too soon marred are those so early married. She is the hopeful lady of my earth. But woo her, gentle Paris, get her heart. My will to her consent is but a part, and she agreed within her scope of choice lies my consent and fair according voice. This night I hold an old tradition feast, adorned with guests from cities west and east. Your mirth would, there among those I adore, most welcomed be to make my number more. At my poorhouse look to behold this night earth-treading stars that make dark heaven light. Such stirrings do young lusty fellows feel when well-apparelled April on the heel of limping winter treads. Such gallant youth as delight shall you inherit at my house this night among fresh fennel buds. Hear all see. Be drawn to her whose merit most shall be, which, on more view of many, mine being one, may stand in number, though in reckoning none. Come, go with me. Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
Yes.
Go, sirrah. Trudge about through fair Verona, find those persons out whose names are written there, and to them say, my house will welcome all their pleasured stay. Slam!
Find them out whose names are written here. Make the baker paint the chapel, why don't you? Ask the basket weaver butcher the pig for supper. A brush could be given the baker, and the weaver the cleaver, but how am I supposed to find the persons whose names are written here when I can't read? Oh! I'll find my brush and cleaver in the clever eyes of learned men. The game is afoot.
Tut, man. New fire burns out the older burning. Old pain is lessened by the newer anguish. Let fresher passions send your stomach churning, or desperate grief be cured with the other languish. Take thou some new infection to thy eye, and the rank poison of the old will die.
What? Break thy nose anew to help thy pain?
My pain from what?
From your fresh broken leg.
Why, Romeo, art thou mad?
Not mad, but more bound than a madman is. Shut up in prison, kept without my food, whipped and tormented, and...
Hi.
Good, Ian. Good fellow.
Good. Great. Your eyes look clever and your clothes look posh-ish. Can you read?
I, mine own fortune in my misery.
Oh, not what I meant. Can you read letters?
If I know the letters and the language.
Okay, bye.
Stay, fellow. I can read. Signor Martino and his wife and daughters, County Anselm and his beauteous sisters, the lady widow of Truvio, Signor Placencio and his lovely nieces, Mercutio, and his brother Valentine, mine Uncle Capulet, his wife and daughters, my fair niece Rosaline and Livia. Signor Valentio and his cousin Tybalt, Lucio, and the lively Helena. A fair assembly. Where should they come to?
Up.
To where? To supper?
To our house.
Whose house?
My master's.
Indeed, I should have asked you that before.
Now I'll tell you without asking. My master is the great rich Capulet. And if you are not of the house of Montagues, come and crush a cup of wine.
At this tradition feast of Capulets, thy love and woe, fair Rosaline will sup, with all the worshipped beauties of Verona will join them, and with our objective eyes compare her face with some that I shall show, and I will make thee think thy swan a crow.
If the devout parishioner of mine eye commits such lies, may tears be turned to fires, and eyes who often drowned but could not die. Thence tried as heretics and burnt as liars, one fairer than my love. The all-seeing sun ne'er saw her match, since first the world begun.
Tut! You saw her fair, none else being by. Herself poised with herself, in either eye. But when those crystal scales have seen and weighed your lady's love against some other maid, that I will show you shining at this fest, and she shall scant show well that now seems best. Your tipping point will tip to new behest.
I'll go along, no such sight to be shown, but to rejoice in splendor of mine own.
So there's like a prologue, right? How do we start the play?
Entire play. Oh, so there are these two families who have been...
Two households, both alike in dignity.
Two guys...
they can fight.
There's the thumb biting. The prince shows
set up the like Montague Capulet.
Oh wow, we're moving
conflict.
fast. Okay.
Then there's a party. Then there's a party. There's a party.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of dick jokes there too.
Yeah, what happens? Keep going.
And then that's when Romeo and Juliet meet.
Yeah.
Nurse, where's my daughter? Call her forth to me.
I swear by my cherry, plucked a 12-year-old. I bade her come. Hold on! What lady bird? God forbid, where's this girl? What, Juliet?
How now, who calls?
Your mother!
Madam, I am here. What is your will?
This is the matter. Nurse, give leave a while. We must talk in secret. Nurse, come back again! I have remembered thou must hear our counsel. Click!
Oh.
Thou knowest my daughter is of a pretty age.
Faith, I can tell her age right to the hour.
She's not 14.
I'll bet 14 of my teeth. And yet to come clean, you have seen I have but 4. She's not 14. How long is it now to August 1st?
A fortnight and odd days.
Even are odd. Of all the days in the year, come eve of August, then shall she be 14. Susan and she, God rest all Christian souls, were born that day. Well, Susan is with God. She was too good for me. But as I said, before the month begins, she'll be 14. That she shall marry. I remember it well. 'Tis 11 years now since the earthquake, and I never shall forget it. She was weaned of all the days of the year on that day. For I had then laid absinthe to my boob, sitting in the sun under the birdhouse wall. My lord and you were then at Mantua. Nay, I do bear a brain. But as I said, when she did taste the absinthe on the nipple of my boob and felt it bitter, pretty babe, she gets all huffed and rails against the boob. Then the birdhouse shivered with the earth. 'Twas no need to bid me speed escape. And since that time, it is 11 years.
Yes.
By then, she could stand alone on 2 feet. She used to run and waddle all about. I know, because the day before she tripped and fell. And then my husband, oh, God be with his soul, he was a merry man, took up the child. Hey, he says, did you fall on your face? You will fall backward when you have more years. Will you not, Jewel? And by my 14th tooth, the pretty wretch stopped crying and said, to see how a jest shall be made true. I warrant, if I should live 1,000 years, I never shall forget it. Will you not, Jewel, he says. And pretty fool, she stopped and said,
Enough of this, I pray thee, hold thy peace.
Yes, madam, but I cannot help but laugh to think she just stops crying and says, and yet I warrant she has upon her head a bump as big as a young cockerel's balls. A perilous fall, and she cries bitterly. Hey, says my husband, fall you on your face, you will fall backward when you have more years, will you not, Jewel? She stops and says,
Stop thou too. I pray thee, nurse, say I.
Peace. I am done. Oh, God mark thee to his grace. You are the prettiest babe I ever nursed. And if I live to see you married off, I have my wish.
Mary, that Mary is the very theme I came to talk of. Tell me, daughter Juliet, how stands your dispositions to be married?
It is an honor that I dream not of.
An honor. Were I not your only nurse, I would say you'd suckled wisdom from the teat.
Well, think of marriage now. Younger than you, here in Verona, ladies of esteem are made already mothers. By my count, I was your mother, much around this age, that you are now a maid. Thus then, in brief, the valiant Paris seeks you for his love.
A man, young lady, such a man as all the world. Why, he's a beauteous rose.
Verona's summer hath not such a flower.
Nay, he's a flower, in faith a very flower.
What say you? Can you love the gentleman? This night you shall behold him at our feast. Read through the verses of young Paris's face, and find delight there writ with beauty's pen. Examine every line, how they augment each other, blending features of content. And what's unseen in this fair volume lies there written in the margins of his eyes. This precious book of love, this unbound lover, whose perfect beauty only lacks a cover. 'Tis only natural, and 'tis much pride, for fair without, the fair within to hide. That book in many's eyes doth share the glory, that in gold clasps locks in the golden story. So shall you share all that he doth possess. By having him, you make yourself no less.
No less? Nay, bigger. Women grow by men.
Speak briefly. Can you like your suitor's love?
I'll look to like if looking liking move. But no more deep will I indart mine eye than your consent gives strength to make it fly.
Madam, the guests are come. Supper served, you called for, my young lady asked for, the nurse cursed in the pantry, and everything's just too much. I must hence to wait. I beg you, follow straight. We follow thee. Juliet, your suitor waits.
Go, girl. Seek happy nights to happy fates.
Give me a torch, I am not for this prancing. Being most heavy, I must bear the light.
Nay, gentle Romeo, we must have you dance.
Not I, believe me, you have dancing shoes. With nimble soles, I have a soul of lead that sticks me to the ground. I cannot move.
You are a lover. Borrow Cupid's wings and soar with them above a stickly vine.
I am to soar and pierced with his shaft to soar with his light feathers. And so bound, I cannot bounce a height above dull woe. Under love's heavy burden do I sink.
In turn, your burdened love will sink anon to great oppression for a tender thing.
Is love a tender thing? It is too rough, too rude, too boisterous, and it pricks like thorn.
If love be rough with you, be rough with love. Prick love for pricking, and you be love down. Give me a painted face to put my mask in. A visor for a visor. What care I? What curious eye sees my deformities? Come, mask of beetle brows, and blush for me.
Come, knock and enter, and may every man let loose his legs as soon as we are in.
Okay. A torch for me. You whorish light of heart, tickle your senseless rushes with your heels, for as they say, the worst may hold the candle.
And none are worse among us than my best. I'll woo the wick and cheer you on your quest.
Ah, cheery words from cherry virgin's lips.
Shut up.
So woo thine wick will douse that wicked flame, or say, excuse my French, the love wherein thou stickest limp. Come, we burn daylight. Oh!
No! It is night!
I mean, sir, in delay. We waste our fire in vain, like lighting day. Ah, use thy wit to sense intended meaning. Your downward spiral sends thy wits to death.
Well, we mean well in going to this mask, but 'tis no wit to go.
Why, may one ask?
I dreamt a dream tonight.
And so did I.
Well, what was yours?
That dreamers often lie.
In bed, asleep while they do dream things true.
Oh, then I see Queen Mab hath been with you. She is the fairies' midwife, and she comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone. A team of little atomed creatures draws her, or sleeping men's noses. Her chariot is an empty hazelnut made by her longtime builder, the termite. Her wagon spokes made of long spider's legs. Her harness weaved from silken spider's webs. The curtains cut from grasshopper's wings. Her beasts are held by the moon's watery beams. And in this state she gallops night by night through lovers' brains. And then they dream of love over lawyers' fingers who dream on fees, or ladies' lips who long on kisses dream, which off the angry mad with blisters greet, because their breaths are drenched in meaty sweets. Sometimes she comes with an altar boy's tale, tickles a preacher's nose. Sometimes she chases over a soldier's neck. He dreams of slitting foreign throats, of wings, of ambushes, of sparkling blades, of spirits endless poured and bled. And then she drums in his ear, at which he starts and wakes, and being thus frightened, swears and prays. This is that very Mab that tangles lovers' manes into greasy slutty tresses tying knots, which, when are parted by daylight, bring shame. This is the hag when maids lie on their backs, that presses them and teaches them first to bear, making them women of good carriage to care. This is she.
Peace, peace, Mercutio, peace! Thou talk'st of nothing.
True, I talk of dreams, which are the children of an idle brain, begot of nothing but vain fantasy, which is as thin of substance as the air, and more inconstant than the wind, who woos one day the frozen bosom of the north, then on another puffs away from thence, and turns his face toward dew-dropping south.
Oh, this wind you talk of blows us from ourselves. Supper is done, and we shall come too late.
I fear too early, for my mind forebodes some consequence. Yet hanging in the stars shall bitterly begin its fearful date with this night's revels, and expire the term of a despised life closed in my breast by some vile forfeit of untimely death. but he that hath the steerage of my course direct my suit on, lusty gentlemen.
Strike drum. Where's Podboy? Why is he not helping clear out the room? Lift a platter! Scrape a platter!
The few with good helping hands are also the only dirty hands. How's that feel?
Away with the good chairs! Stow the cupboard and mind the plates! Now, boy, save me a piece of something sweet. And if you love me, find me that Susan Grindstone, and Nell, and Anthony, and Potboy!
Potboy, ready.
You are looked for and called for, asked for and sought for in the great chamber! Smack!
We cannot be here and there too. Take it easy, boys. The night is still young.
Tap, tap, tap. Welcome, gentlemen! Ladies that have their toes unplagued with bunions will a dance with you. My mistresses, which of you all will now deny to dance? She that is bashful, she, I'll swear, hath bunions. Am I right? Welcome, gentlemen. 'Tis been some time since I've worn masks and crashed the feast to tell seducing tales and ladies' leading ears to woo and please. Oh, 'tis gone, 'tis gone, 'tis gone. Hey! You are welcome, gentlemen! Come, musicians, play! Come, clear the hall, make room, and foot it, girls! More light, you knaves, and take the tables out, and quench the fire! The room is grown too hot! Unexpected, yet a welcome sport, nay, sit, good Uncle Capulet, for you and I are past our dancing days. How long is it now since we showed up at feasts while sporting masks?
For certain 30 years.
What? Man, 'tis not so much, 'tis not so much. 'Tis since the nuptial of Lucentio. Though time fly by as quick as waters fall, 'tis 25 years since last we masked.
'Tis more, his son is elder, sir. His son is 30.
How can that be true? His son was but a child 2 years ago.
Hey! Sarah! What lady's that which doth enrich the hand of yonder knight?
I know not, sir.
She doth teach the torches to burn bright. It seems she hangs upon the cheek of night as a rich jewel in an Ethiop's ear. Beauty too rich for life, a death too dear. From Cupid's quiver, courage I'll demand, and touching hers makes blessed my rude hand. Did my heart love till now? Forswear at sight, for I ne'er saw true beauty till this night.
This spy's voice should be a Montague. Fetch me my rapier, boy!
Okay, Tybalt.
What? Dares the slave come hither, covered with an antic face to taunt and scorn at our tradition fest? Now by the blood and honor of my kin, to strike him dead I hold it not a sin.
Why, how now, kinsmen? Wherefore storm you so?
Uncle, this is a Montague, our foe. A villain that is hither come in spite to scorn at our observed fest this night.
Young Romeo, is it?
It is he, that villain Romeo.
Compose thee, gentle coz. Let him alone. He proves himself a courtly gentleman, and to say truth, Verona brags of him to be a virtuous and well-governed youth. I would not for the wealth of all this town here in my house do him disparagement. Therefore be patient, take no note of him. It is my will
the which if thou respect, show fair demeanor and put off these frowns, an ill-befitting semblance for a feast.
It fits when such a villain is a guest. I'll not endure him.
He shall be endured. What, little boy? I say he shall go too. Am I the master here, or you? Go too. You'll not endure him. May God help my soul. You'll make a mutiny among my guests. You will let mayhem loose. You'll be the man.
Why, Uncle, we are ashamed.
Smack! Go to! You are a saucy boy. You'll order me? This foolishness will turn to bite you back. You dare oppose me here? Oh, Mary, well said, my friends. You childish imp, go to, be quiet, or... More light! For shame, I'll make you quiet. What? Cheer on, my friends.
Patience, thus forced, with righteous rage collides, and jerks my flesh with their diverging tides. I will withdraw, but this intrusion shall now seeming sweet convert to bitterest gall.
If I profane with my unworthy hand this holy shrine, a gentle sin is this. My lips to blushing pilgrims ready stand to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss.
Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much. Whose touchingest devotion chosen this? For saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm do holy palmers kiss.
Have not saints lips and holy palmers too?
Aye, pilgrim, lips that they must use in prayer.
Oh, then, dear saint, let lips do what hands do. They meet in prayer, grant thou lest faith despair.
Saints do not move, though grant for prayer's sake.
Then move not, while my prayer's effect I take. Thus from my lips by thine my sin is purged.
Then have my lips the sin that they have took.
Sin from my lips, O trespass sweetly urged. Give me my sin again.
You kiss by the book.
Madam, your mother craves a word with you.
Who is her mother?
Harry Bachelor, her mother is the lady of the house, and a good lady. She is wise and virtuous. I nursed her daughter that you talked withal. I tell you, he that can lay hold of her shall have the coins.
Is she a Capulet? Oh, dear account, my life is my foe's debt.
Away, be gone, the sport is at the best.
Aye, so I fear. The more is my unrest.
Nay, gentlemen, prepare not to be gone. We have a trifling little banquet to come. No, is that so? Why then, I thank you all. I thank you, honest gentlemen. Good night. More torches here. Come on then, let's to bed. Sarah, by my faith, it's getting late. I'll to my rest.
Come hither, nurse. Who is yon gentleman?
The son and heir of old Tiberio.
Who's he that now is going out the door?
Mary, that I think be young Petruchio.
Who's he that follows there that would not dance?
I know not.
Go ask his name. If he be married, my grave is like to be my wedding bed.
His name is Romeo, and a Montague, the only son of your great enemy.
My only love sprung from my only hate. Too early seen unknown and known too late. pretentious birth of love it is to me that I must love a loathed enemy.
What's this? What's this?
A rhyme I learned just now of one I danced withal.
Anon! Anon! Come, let's away. The strangers all are gone.
Can I move forward when all my heart is here? Turn back, dull feet, toward your new gravity.
What happens after the party?
So then Romeo goes in and checks and finds Juliet.
Yes, the balcony scene, very famous scene where they talk to each other.
Very, very, very romantic.
He tries to woo.
Actually, this whole time throughout the beginning, Mercutio has been really funny.
Yawn.
Not as funny as Friar Lawrence.
Oh my God.
But hang on, they plan to get married, right?
Can I move forward when all my heart is here? Turn back, dull feet, toward your new gravity.
Romeo. My cousin, Romeo. Romeo!
He is wise, and on my life hath stolen home to bed.
He ran this way and leapt this orchard wall. Call, good Mercutio.
Nay, I'll conjure him. Romeo! Madman passion, lover of love, appear thou in the likeness of a sigh.
Mercutio.
Speak but one rhyme, and I am satisfied. Cry, but I me. Cry out for love, then dove. Speak to my good pal Venus, one fair word. One whisper for her blinded son and heir, young ancient Cupid, he that shot his own small heart of self-made darts to wound his psyche. Ooh. He heareth not, he stirreth not, he moveth not. The cock is dead, and I must conjure him. I conjure thee by Rosaline's bright eyes, by her high forehead, and her scarlet lip, and slender feet, straight leg, and quivering thigh, and the pink entry that there adjacent lie, that in thy likeness thou appear to us.
Right, if he hear thee, thou wilt anger him.
This cannot anger him. 'Twould anger him to raise a figure in his mistress' circle, attached to some strange nature, watch it stiffen till she laid it and conjured it down. That would cause spite. My invocation is fair and honest. In his mistress' name, I conjure only but to raise up him.
Come, he hath hid himself among these trees to seek a friendship with capricious night. Blind is his love, and best befits the dark.
If love be blind, love cannot hit the mark. I think he sit under a cherry tree, and bid his wood bear fruit in form of she, that nightly he would dream to taste first pluck. Oh, Romeo, that she were an oyster fruit, an open shell, and thou her pair of pearls. Romeo, good night! Out to my boyhood bed. This quiet field's too cold for me to sleep. Come, shall we go?
Go then, for 'tis in vain to seek him here where he has self-cocooned. Ugh.
Okay, all right. Good night.
He jests at scars that never felt a wound, but soft. What light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief that thine bright light shines far more fair than she. Do not be hidden neath her virgin cloak, Her vestal gown is sick and green with envy, and none but fools do wear it. Cast it off! It is my lady! Oh, it is my love! Oh, that she knew she were! She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Her eye converses. I will answer it. I am too bold. 'Tis not to me she speaks. Two of the fairest stars in all the heaven, having some business, did invite her eyes to twinkle in their skies till they return. What if her eyes were there, they in her head? The brightness of her cheek would shame those stars as daylight does a lamp. Her eyes in heaven would through the airy orbit stream so bright that birds would sing and think it were not night. See how she leans, her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that I were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek.
Ah, me.
She speaks. Oh, speak again, bright angel, for thou art there o'er my head as glorious to this night as is a winged messenger of heaven, whose song astounds all earthbound mortal ears that fall on humbled knees to gaze on her, when she leaps o'er the lazy puffing clouds and sails across the bosom of the air.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name. Or if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more, or shall I speak at this?
'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though not a Montague. What's Montague? It is nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. Oh, be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other word would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes without that title, Romeo. Throw thy name, and for thy name, which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I never will be Romeo.
What man art thou that thus bescreened in night so stumblest on my thoughts?
By a name I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to myself because it is an enemy to thee. Had I it written, I would tear the word.
My ears have yet not drunk 100 words of thy tongue's uttering, yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo and a Montague?
Neither, fair maid, if I either thee dislike.
How camest thou hither? Tell me, and wherefore? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and the place death, considering who thou art, if any of my kinsmen find thee here.
With love's light wings did I perch o'er these walls, for stony limits cannot hold love out. What love must do, he'll find a way to do it. Therefore, thy kinsmen are no stop to me.
If they do see thee, they will murder thee.
Alack, there lies more power in thine eye than 20 of their swords. Look at me sweetly, and I'm armed against the enmity.
I would not for the world they saw thee here.
I have night's cloak to hide me from their eyes. If thou not love me, let them find me here. My life is better ended by their hate than death deferred, wanting of thy love.
By whose direction foundst thou out this place?
By love! First it prompted me to inquire. He steered the vessel, and I lent him eyes. I am no sailor, yet wert thou as far as that vast shore washed with the farthest sea, I should adventure for thine audience.
Thou knowest the mask of night is on my face, else there a maiden blush would paint my cheek for that which thou have heard me speak tonight. I ought to dwell on custom, quick deny what I have spoke, but farewell to good manners. Dost thou love me? I know thou wilt say aye, and I will take thy word. Yet if thou swearest, thou mayst prove false. At lovers' perjuries, they say, Jove laughs. Oh, gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. Or if thou thinkst that I'm too quickly won, I'll frown and be perverse and say thee nay. So thou wilt woo, or else not for the world. In truth, fair Montague, I am too fond, and therefore thou mayst think my behaviour light. But trust me, gentlemen, I'll prove more true than have more cunning to be strange. I should have been more strange, I must confess, but that thou overheard ere I was where my true love passion. Therefore pardon me, and not ascribe this yielding to light love which the dark night hath so discovered.
Lady, by yonder blessed moon, I vow, that tips with silver all these fruit tree tops.
No, swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon, that monthly changes in her circled orb, lest that thy love prove likewise variable.
What shall I swear by?
Do not swear at all. Or if thou wilt, swear by thy gracious self, which is the god of my idolatry, and I'll believe thee.
If my heart's dear love.
No, I'll do not swear. Although I joy in thee, I have no joy in this contract tonight. It's too rash, too unadvised, too sudden, too like the lightning, which doth cease to be ere one can say, it lightens, sweet good night. This bud of love, by summer's ripening breath, may prove a beauteous flower when next we meet. Good night. Good night. Sweet repose and rest. Come to thy heart, is that within my breast.
Oh, wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
The exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine.
I gave thee mine before thou didst request it, and yet I'd it withdraw to give again.
Wouldst thou withdraw it? For what purpose, love?
To infinitely give it thee again. And yet I wish but for the thing I have. My bounty is as boundless as the sea, my love as deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have, for both are infinite. Oh, I hear some noise within. Dear love, adieu. Anon, good nurse! Sweet Montague, be true. Stay but a little. I will come again.
Oh, blessed, blessed night! I am afraid being in night. All this is but a dream. Too flattering sweet, to be substantial.
3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. If this thy claim of love be honorable, thy purpose marriage, send me word tomorrow, through one that I'll procure to send to thee, where and what time thou wilt perform the rite, and all my fortunes at thy foot I'll lay, and follow thee, my lord, throughout the world. I come anon, but if thou meanest not well, I do beseech thee. By and by I come, to cease thy strife and leave me to my grief. Tomorrow will I send.
So thrive my soul.
1,000 times good night.
1,000 times the worst, want thy light. Love runs toward love, as schoolboys from their books, but love from love, like boys to school on hooks.
Just Romeo, soft. Oh, for a falconer's voice to lure those gentle talons back again. Bondage of this house limit whispers hoarse. Else would I tear the cave where echo lives and make her airy throat more hoarse than mine with repetition of my Romeo.
It is my soul that calls upon my name. How silver sweet sound lovers' tongues by night, like softest music to awaiting ears.
Romeo.
My nestling.
I have forgot why I did call thee back.
Let me stand here till thou remember it.
I shall forget, so thou might still there stand, remembering how I love thy company.
I'll still here stay to have thee still forget, forgetting any other home but this.
'Tis almost morning. I would have thee gone, yet no farther than an orphan's bird that lets it hop a little from her hand, like a poor prisoner in his ankle ties, then with a silken thread pulls it back again, so loving, jealous of his liberty.
I were thy bird.
Sweet, so would I. Yet I might kill thee with much cherishing. Good sweet sorrow, that I might say good night till it be morrow.
Sleep dwell upon thine eyes, peace in thy breast. Would I were sleep and peace laid there to rest. Hence will I to Friar Lawrence' ghostly garden confess but love, no woes nor sin to pardon.
The gray-eyed morn smiles on the frowning night, checkering the eastern clouds with streaks of light. And darkness, freckled like a drunkard, reels from new day's pathway paved by Titan's wheels. Before the sun allows his eye burn bright to cheer the day and dry the dew of night, I must fill up this basket with my needs for nature's precious flowers and poison weeds. 'Tis strange, this earth that is our natural tomb still daily toils to mother from her womb. We, sucking on her natural bosom, find that she produces children of all kind. So varied are their virtues, great and small, yet none with none, each growth answers some call. Majestic is the powerful grace that lies in plants, herbs, stones, that gifts each special prize. For e'en the vilest seeds that walk the earth can't help but their own special goodness birth. Whilst e'en the fairest good, when changed in use, revolts from true birth, stumbling on abuse. Virtue itself turns vice, being misapplied, and vice oft is by action dignified. Within the infant rind of this weak flower, a poison's paired with potent medicine power. For this, being smelled, will cheer each body's part. Being tasted, stops all senses in each heart. Two such opposite kings exist within, in man, as well as herbs, both cure and sin. And where the worser has the stronger roots, full soon the poison death eats up the fruits.
Hello? Good morrow, Friar.
Benedicite! What early bird so sweet saluteth me? Young son, it shows a sick distempered head so soon to bid good morrow to thy bed. Concern stands watch in every old man's eye, and where concern stands, sleep will never lie. But where unbruised youth with unstuffed brain doth couch his limbs, there golden sleep doth reign. Therefore thy earliness doth me assure thou art aroused with some distemperature. Or if not so, then here I hit it right. Our Romeo hath not been in bed tonight.
That last is true, the sweeter rest was mine.
God pardon sin, what's thou with Rosaline?
With Rosaline, my holy father, no! I have forgot that name, and that name's woe.
That's my good son, but where hast thou been then?
I'll tell thee before thou ask it me again. I have been feasting with mine enemy, or on a sudden one hath wounded me, that's by me wounded. Both our remedies depend now solely on thy expertise. I bear no hatred, blessed man, for lo, my plea likewise makes profits for my foe.
Be plain, good son, and simpler in thy plea. Riddling confessions, riddled answers see.
Then plainly know my heart's dear love is set on the fair daughter of rich Capulet. As mine on hers, so hers is set on mine, and all combined, save what thou must combine by holy marriage. When and where and how we met, we wooed, and made exchange of vow, I'll tell thee as we pass, but this I pray, that thou consent to marry us today.
Thwack! Ow! Holy Saint Francis, what a change is here! Is Rosaline that thou didst love so dear, so soon forsaken? Young men's love then lies not truly in their hearts, but in their eyes. Jesu Maria, now what of the tears for Rosaline that still thine cheek besmears? How much salt water thrown away in waste to season love that hastened to unchaste? Thy sighs still wait in clouds while heaven clears, thy old groans yet ringing in mine ancient ears. Lo, here upon thine eye this drop still wet, of an old tear that is not washed off yet. If e'er thou wast thyself and these woes thine, thou and these woes were all for Rosaline. And art thou changed? Pronounce this sentence then. Women may cheat when there's no keeping men.
Thou chidest me oft for loving Rosaline.
For doting, not for loving, pupil mine.
And badst me bury love.
Not in a grave, to lay one in, so new love to pave.
I pray thee, chide me not, her I love now. Doth grace return, and love for love allow? The other did not so.
Oh, she knew well thy love was read by rote, and could not spell. But come, young fickle sir, come go with me. As thou request, I'll thy assistant be. For this alliance may so happy prove to turn your household's rancor to pure love.
Oh, let us hence, and happy message cast.
Wisely and slow, they stumble that run fast.
All right, that's good. And then what happens?
There's like a lot of stabbing.
Oh,
Yep.
because Romeo kills Tybalt.
And then, oh my god. And then all the adults arrive, and there is a big fight about the blame. And
Can
then
someone mute Daniel?
I just
no.
Am I on the right level?
Don't mute me. Don't mute me. Don't
just-
mute me.
You guys, do I sound boxy and all? Wait, there's also a wedding. The wedding is really important.
Where the devil should this Romeo be? Came he not home tonight?
Not to his father's. I spoke with his man.
Why? That same pale, hard-hearted wench, that Rosaline, torments him so that he will sure run mad.
Tybalt, the kinsman to old Capulet, hath sent a letter to his father's house.
A challenge, I assume.
Romeo will answer it.
Any man that can write may answer a letter.
Nay, he will answer the letter's author. He will answer the dare.
Alas, poor Romeo, he is already dead, stabbed with a heartless harlot's steeled stare. Lulled into lethargy with an airy love song, the bullseye of his heart full bled with the blind bow-boy's silver shaft. Surely he is not the man to encounter Tybalt.
Why? What is Tybalt?
Tybalt is the prince of cats. Oh, he's the courageous captain of class. He fights like you sing sonnets, keeping time, distance, and proportion. He rests his proper rests. 1, 2, and the third in your chest.
Hey.
The bleeding butcher of many a button. A duelist, a gentleman of the highest dueling houses, never draws but for justice and honor. Yet his infamous passado, the punto reverso, the hey.
The what?
Exactly. The pox of such clownish, lisping, affected fantasticos. These new curly-tongued accents. By Jesu, a very good blade, a very tall man, a very good whore. Why, 'tis a lamentable thing, grandsire, that we should be thus pestered with these strange flies. These fashion mongers, these foppish floppers, who stand so much on new form that they cannot rest at ease on the old bench. Ah, their bones, their bones!
Ooh. Here comes Romeo. Here comes Romeo.
Nothing in his nets. There comes a dried herring. Oh, flesh, flesh. Wherefore art thou fishified? Now,
what?
Sing a song of David. Compared to your lady, his love, Bathsheba, was a kitchen wench, albeit she had a better love to berhyme her. Dido was a dud. Cleopatra, a gypsy. Helen and Hero, both whores and harlots. Thisbe had decent eyes, but who cares? Signor Romeo, bonjour. There's a French salutation to your petit mour. I hope you gave us the counterfeit to score fair last night.
Good morrow to you both. What counterfeit did I give you?
The slip, sir. You gave us the slip. Be quicker, can you not?
Pardon, Gumakushio, my business was great, and in such a case as mine, a man may be excused of courtesy.
Was this case such a case that excuses a man to work his back?
Meaning to curtsy?
In polite company, some might call it so.
Oh, most courteous explanation.
I'm the very pink of courtesy.
As pink as a young cockerel's comb?
As pink as the entrance such a cockerel might occasion to peck?
Why, then I'd say my cockerel is combed pinker than most peckers.
Oh! Why is not this better now than groaning for love? Now art thou sociable? Now art thou Romeo? Now art thou what thou art, by art as well as by nature. For this driveling love is a natural fool that runs, tongue hanging out, up and down, to find a hole wherein to stick his precious bauble.
Stop there! Stop there!
Thou desirest me to stop in my tale, mid-course.
Thou wouldst else have made thy tale large.
Oh. Well, thou art deceived. I would have made it short, for I was come to the whole depth of my tale, and meant indeed to occupy the argument no longer.
Here's some goodly baubles.
I spy a good hole, grandly large and largely old, no man's arrow could miss, nor be felt in such a heap of ancientness.
Peter?
At your service.
My fan, Peter.
Good Peter, to hide her face, for her fan's the fairer face.
God ye good morrow, gentlemen.
God ye good even, fair gentlewoman.
Is it good even?
'Tis no less, I tell ye, for the body hand of the dial is now upon the prick of noon.
How dare you? What kind of a man are you?
One gentlewoman that God hath made, thus his to mar.
By my troth, well said. Thus his to mar, he says. Gentlemen, can any of you tell me where I may find the young Romeo?
I can tell you. But young Romeo will be older when you have found him than he was when you sought him. I'm the youngest of that name, for fault of a younger.
You speak better.
Yeah, is the younger better?
If you be he, sir, I desire some confidence with you.
She will ask him to some supper.
The ancient hole is falling for our well-combed cockerel. Rub-a-dub-dub, old hag in a tub. And who do you think she be? A cougar! She rubbers young roostermen for suppers, but too dry, too wide is she.
Very wide.
Romeo, will you come to your father's? We'll to dinner thither.
I will follow you.
Very well. Farewell, ancient lady. May all your desires be met.
Bye-bye. I pray you, sir, what saucy merchant was this that was so full of his roguery?
A gentleman nurse that loves to hear himself talk, and will speak more in a minute than he will stand to in a month.
Just speak anything against me. I'll take him down if he were lustier than he is, and 20 such knaves put together. And if I cannot, I'll find those that shall. Scurvy knave. I am none of his wanton wenches. I am none of his jailmates. And you, thwap! You just stand there like a statue while every knave have a peck at me.
I saw no man peck anywhere. If I had, my weapon should quickly have been out. I swear, I dare draw as soon as any other man if I see occasion and a good quarrel. And the law on my side.
No, afore God, I am so vexed that every part about me quivers. Scurvy knave. Pray you, sir, a word. And as I told you, my young lady bid me inquire you out. What she bid me say, I will keep to myself. But first, let me tell ye, if ye should lead her in a fool's paradise, as they say, it were a very gross kind of behavior, as they say. For the gentlewoman is young, and therefore, if you should deal double with her, truly it were an ill thing to be offered to any gentlewoman, and very weak dealing.
Nurse, commend me to thy lady and mistress. I avow unto thee.
Good heart! And in faith, I will tell her as much. Lord, Lord, she will be a joyful woman.
What wilt thou tell her? Nurse, thou dost not hear me.
I will tell her, sir, that you do avow, which, as I take it, is a gentlemanlike offer.
Bid her devise some means to come to church this afternoon.
and there shall be at Friar Lawrence' cell, confessed and married. Here is for thy pains. Clink.
No, truly, sir, not a penny.
Clink. Clink. Go to. I say you shall.
This afternoon, sir? Well, she shall be there.
And wait, good nurse, behind the abbey wall, within this hour my man shall be with thee, and bring thee cords made like a weaved stair, which to the highest masthead of my joy must be my convoy in the secret night. Farewell. Be trusty, and I'll pay thy pains. Clink, 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 clink. Farewell. Commend me to thy mistress.
Now God in heaven bless thee. Listen, sir.
What sayest thou, my dear nurse?
Is your man secret? Did you ne'er hear say, two may keep counsel, putting one away?
I warrant thee my man's as true as steel.
Well, sir, my mistress is the sweetest lady. Lord, when she was a little chattering thing. Oh, there is a nobleman in town, one Paris, that would eager come courting, but she, good soul, would sooner see a toad, a very toad, than see him. I anger her sometimes and tell her that Paris is the properer man, but I swear to you, when I say so, she looks as pale as any moon in the whole wide world. Doth not Rosemary and Romeo begin both with the same letter?
I? Nurse, what of that? Both with an R?
A mocker. That's the dog's name. R is for the... No, I know it begins with some other letter, and she has the prettiest piety towards it, of you and Rosemary, that it would do you good to hear it.
Commend me to thy lady.
Aye, 1,000 times. Peter!
Coming.
Let's go. Briskly. La, 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 la.
The clock struck 9 when I did send the nurse. In half an hour she promised to return. Perchance she cannot meet him. That's not so. Oh, she is lame. Love's herald should be thoughts, which 10 times faster glides than the sun's beams, driving back shadows over cloudy hills. Therefore do nimble winged doves draw love, and therefore hath the wind-swift Cupid flight.
Dong.
Now is the sun upon the highmost hill of this day's journey, and from 9 till 12 is 3 long hours, yet she is not come. Had she affections and warm, youthful blood, she would be as swift in motion as a ball. My words would whip her quick to my sweet love, and his to me. But old folks, many feign like they were dead, unwieldy, slow, heavy, and pale as lead. Oh, God, she comes. Oh, honey nurse, what news? Hast thou met with him? Send thy man away.
Peter? Stay at the gate.
Now, good sweet nurse. Oh, Lord, why lookest thou sad? If news be sad, do tell them merrily. If good, thou shamest the music of sweet news by playing it to me with so sour a face.
I am a-weary. Give me leave a while. Fie, how my bones ache. What a trek I've had.
I would thou hadst my bones and I thy news. Nay, come, I pray thee, speak! Good nurse, speak.
Jesu, what haste! Can you not stay a while? Do you not see that I am out of breath?
How art thou out of breath when thou hast breath to say to me that thou art out of breath? The excuse that thou dost make in this delay is longer than the tale doth excuse. Is thy news good or bad? Answer to that, say either one, and I can wait for details. Let me be satisfied. Is't good or bad?
Well, you have made a foolish choice. You know not how to choose a man. Romeo? No, not he. Though his face be better than any man's, yet his leg excels all man's. And for a hand and a foot and a body, though they ought not to be talked on, they are past compare. He is not the flower of courtesy, but I'll warrant him as gentle as a lamb. Not bad, wench, but be good.
Yes.
What? Have you lunched at home?
No, but all this did I know before. What says he of our marriage? What of that?
Lord, how my head aches. What a head have I. It beats as if it would fall in 20 pieces. My back. No, the other side. My back. Shame on your heart for sending me about to catch my death with skipping up and down.
Evaith, I am sorry that thou art not well. Sweet, sweet, sweet nurse, tell me, what says my love?
Your love says, like an honest gentleman, and a courteous, and a kind, and a handsome, and I warrant a virtuous... Where is your mother?
Where is my mother? Why, she is within. Where should she be? How oddly thou repliest. Your love says like an honest gentleman. Where is your mother?
Oh, God's lady dear, are you so hot? My, I'm taken aback. Oh, is this how you soothe my aching bones? Henceforth do speak your messages yourself.
Here's such a fuss. Come, what says Romeo?
When have you leave to go to your confession?
Today.
Then hie you hence to Friar Lawrence's cell. There waits a husband to make you a wife. Now comes the wanton blood up in your cheeks. They'll be in scarlet straight at any news. Hie you to church. I have another job. To fetch a ladder by the which your love can climb to bird's nest safe when it is dark. I am the lackey and toil for your delight, but you shall bear the burden soon at night. Go, out to dinner. Hie you to the cell.
Hie to high fortune. Honest nurse, farewell.
Dong, 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 dong.
Dong, 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 ding.
May heaven smile upon this holy act, and tomorrow's with sorrow chide us not.
Amen? Amen. But come what sorrow may, it cannot take away the exchange of joy of even one short minute by her side. After thou join our hands with holy words, may love, devouring death, do what he dare. It's enough that I have called her mine.
These violent delights have violent ends, and as they meet, they die, like fire and powder, which as they kiss, meet death. The sweetest honey is cloying in his own deliciousness. The strong, sweet taste confounds the appetite. Therefore, love moderately. Long love doth so. Too swift is as untimely as too slow. Slam! Here comes the lady, oh, so light of foot.
Good even to my soul's confessor, sweet.
Romeo shall thank thee, daughter, for us both.
Oh. The same to him, else is his thanks too much.
Oh, yeah. Juliet. If the measure of thy joy be heaped like mine, since thou hast better skill to speak on it, do sweeten all the air with thy dear breath, and let that music's tongue unfold the imagined happiness that we'd receive in joining up this dear encounter.
Promises rich in acts, though poor in words, will last in substance, not cheap ornament. 'Tis beggars that can hold and count their worth. My true love has grown to such excess, I cannot sum up half of my wealth. My true love has grown to such excess, I cannot sum up half of my wealth.
My true love has grown to such excess, I cannot sum up half of my wealth.
I cannot sum up.
True love has grown
half of my
such
wealth.
excess.
Cannot sum up.
Sum up half of my wealth.
My true love has grown to
Such excess. I cannot sum up half of my wealth.
Come with me, and we will quickly work. You understand, you'll not be left alone till Holy Church incorporate two in one. Huh. Go!
I pray thee, good Mercutio, let's retire. The day is hot, the Capulets are nigh, and if we meet, we shan't escape a brawl. The sun, these hot days, keeps the mad blood stirring.
Thou art like one of these fellows, that, when he enters the confines of a tavern, claps his sword upon the table and cries, "May God keep me from need for thee!" And by the time his second cup is drained, draws on the barkeep when indeed there is no need.
Am I like such a fellow?
You are as hot in the head as any in Italy. You don't take diddly from any Capulet villain. See, if there were two like you, we would sooner have none. Benvolio's his only foe, so there can only be one. You would fight a man for having more or less in a beard than you, for coughing in the street because the act of it's weird to you. What eye but your eye would spy a fight as quick? What hand but your hand is mighty as Midas is your head? Has quarrels like an egg has yolk, and if provoked with a stroke, someone's dick is broke.
Oh,
and yet, you would tutor me from brawling.
Were I so apt to fight as much as sinner Mercutio, any guy would wanna buy my life's insurancio.
Insurancio?
Insurancio. Hey, oh, hey, oh, ah!
Follow me close, for I will speak to them.
By my head, here comes the Capulets.
By my heel, I care not. Gentlemen, goodeen, a word with one of you. And but one word with one of us. Couple it with something, make it a word and a blow. You shall find me apt enough to that, sir, if you will give me occasion. Too afraid to take occasion without my giving? Mercutio, thou hath known Romeo. Hath known? What, dost thou make us fairies? Come thou hither to join a merry, airy flight. Here's my wand. Thou wilt know its pressure, or wisely take occasion to lightly take your flight. For God's sake, hath known.
Okay, we talk here in the public space of men, either withdrawn to some private place, or in words reason of your grievances, or else depart. Here all eyes gaze on us.
Men's eyes were made to look, and let them gaze. I will not budge for no man's pleasure, I. Well, peace be with you, sir. Here comes my man. But I'll be hanged, sir, if he serves your house. He'll serve your sword to rust, occasion given. Then, your worship, thou might call him man. Romeo, the love I bear thee can afford no better term than this. Thou art a villain.
Tybalt, the reason that I have to love thee doth much excuse the rage that right befits such harsh a greeting. Villain am I none, therefore farewell. I see thou knowest me not.
Boy! This shall not excuse the injuries that thou hast done me. Therefore turn and draw.
I do protest I never injured thee, but love thee more than thou canst imagine, till thou shalt know the reason of my love. And so, good Capulet, which name I tender as dearly as mine own, be satisfied?
Oh, come, dishonorable, vile submission? My thrusting weapon cover for thine knees. Swing! Tybalt, you rat catcher, will you run? What wouldst thou have with me? Good king of cats, nothing but one of your 9 lives. That I mean to take liberties with, and following such liberties, thrash dead the rest of the 8. Will you? Pluck your sword out of his little cave by his ears. Make haste, or mind be plucking your ears ere he be out. I am for you. Fwing!
Gentle Mercutio, put thy rapier down.
Come, sir. Let's see your passado. Drop and bully, you'll beat down their weapons. Gentlemen, refrain from this outrage. Tybalt, Mercutio, the prince expressly hath forbid this violence in Verona's streets. Hold, Tybalt, good Mercutio!
Away, Tybalt!
I am hurt! A plague of both your houses! I am spent! Is he gone? With no scathing.
What at the hurt?
Aye, a scratch. Mary, 'tis enough. Where is my page? Go, villain, fetch a surgeon!
Courage, man. The hurt cannot be much.
No, 'tis not so deep as a well, nor so wide as a church door, but 'tis enough. 'Twill serve. Ask for me tomorrow, and you shall find me a grave man. I am ruined. I warrant for this world a plague of both your houses. Zoons. That a dog, a rat, a mouse, a cat can scratch a man to death. A braggart, a rogue, a villain that fights by the book of arithmetic. Why the devil came you between us? I was hurt under your arm.
I thought all for the best.
Help me into some house, Benvolio, or I shall faint. A plague of both your houses! They have made worms meat of me. I'm finished, done. A curse on both your houses!
This gentle man, the prince's nearest kin, my truest friend, receives this mortal hurt on my behalf. My reputation stained with Tybalt's slender Tybalt that an hour hath been my cousin. O sweet Juliet, thy beauty hath made me effeminate, and in my spirit softened valor's steel.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, brave Mercutio is dead. That gallant spirit hath now soared to clouds, which too untimely here did scorn the earth.
This day's black fate on future days depend. This but begins the woe others must end.
Here comes the fiery Tybalt back again.
Again, in triumph, while Mercutio's slain? Away to heaven, mercy undeserved, and fire-eyed fury be my compass now. Now, Tybalt, take back, villain, to thy lips that late thou cast at me, for Mercutio's soul is but a little way above our heads, waiting for thine to keep him company. Either thou, or I, or both, must go with him.
Thou wretched boy, that didst know him so, shalt with him go!
This shall determine that!
Romeo, away, begone. The citizens are up, and Tybalt slain. Stand not amazed! The prince will doom thee death if thou art taken. Hence, begone, away!
Oh, I am fortune's fool.
Hi, this is Sally Kate Holmes, Managing Director of Next Chapter Podcasts, here to tell you about a pretty cool new offering from our friends at Apollo Podcasts. You can now find the Play On podcasts on Apollo Plus, a creator-owned platform where every subscriber helps audio fiction creators such as us. You can listen ad-free, early access to exclusives, behind-the-scenes, supercuts, and more on Apollo Plus. On top of all that, 70% of the revenue on Apollo Plus goes directly to creators. Join Apollo Plus through the Apollo Podcasts app or by going to apollopods.com.
Families have a lot going on. Let Ollie help manage the mental load with new cognitive help supplements for everyone 4 and up, like delicious Lolly Focus Pops or Lolly Mellow Pops for kids. And for parents, try 3 new Brainy Chews to help you focus, chill out, or get energized. Find these cognitive health buddies for the whole fam at ollie.com. That's OLLY.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hello. Hi. Mia, you go first.
And are we starting?
Okay, I took my sorry, just got here. It's Mia.
Hey Mia, could you get closer to the microphone? Is that possible?
Yes.
Oh, Mia is in character.
Literally nobody is getting ready.
Are we good, Seta?
Yep, I'm good.
Down with the Catholics!
I'm out! I want justice! Wrong!
Where are the vile beginners of this fray?
O noble prince, I can be proof of all the sad occasion of this fatal brawl. Slain by young Romeo, there lies the foe that slew thy kinsman, brave Mercutio.
No. My cousin, oh, my brother's son, oh, prince, oh, husband, oh, the blood is run of my dear kinsman, prince, as thou art true. For blood of ours shed blood of Montague. Cousin.
Benvolio, who began this bloody fray?
Tybalt, here dead. By Romeo's hand was slain. Romeo first spoke with grace, bid him bethink how small the quarrel was and how potent your high displeasure. All this uttered with gentle breath, calm face, knees humbly bowed, could not make quiet the unruly rage of Tybalt, deaf to peace, who soon quick tilts his piercing steel at bold Mercutio's breast. Mercutio, as hot as Tybalt, draws, and with a martial scorn, with one hand beats cold death aside, and with the other sends it back to Tybalt, whose dexterity retorts it. Romeo now cries aloud, "Hold, friends, friends, part!" And swifter than his tongue, his nimble arm beats down their fatal blades, and twixt them runs. But underneath his arm, a treacherous thrust from Tybalt hit the life of brave Mercutio, and then Tybalt fled. But by and by returns to Romeo, who had but newly entertained revenge. They go like lightning at each other quick, ere I could part them, and was brave Tybalt slain. And as he fell, did Romeo turn and fly. This is the truth, or let Benvolio die.
He is a kinsman to the Montague! Affection makes him false, he speaks not true! I beg for justice, which thou, prince, must give. Romeo slew Tybalt. Romeo must not live.
No!
Romeo slew him, he slew Mercutio. Who owes the prize of his dear blood spent so?
Not Romeo, prince. He was Mercutio's friend. His fault completes that which the law should end, the life of Tybalt.
And for that offense, immediately we do exile him hence.
No!
I have a loss due to your hate's proceeding. My kinsman for your brawls doth lay a-bleeding, but I will punish you with such a fine that you should all repent the loss of mine.
But, prince...
I will be deaf to pleading and excuses, nor tears nor prayers shall purchase out abuses, therefore use none. Let Romeo hence in haste, else when he is found, that hour is his last. Away this body and attend our will. Mercy will murder, shown to those that kill.
Gallop apace, you fiery-footed steeds, towards Apollo's lodging, that a driver as Phaeton would whip you to the west and bring in darkened night immediately. Spread thy bed curtain, love-performing night, that those beast eyes may close, and Romeo leap to these arms untalked of and unseen. Lovers can see to amorous rites by light of their own beauties, or, if love be blind, it best agrees with night. Come, somber night, thou sober-suited matron all in black, and teach me how to lose, to win this match, played for a pair of unstained maidenhoods. Hide my unmanned blood, brightening my cheeks with thy black blanket, till new love grow bold. For true love acted is true modesty. Come, night, come, Romeo, come, thou day of night. For thou wilt lie upon the wings of night, whiter than new snow upon a raven's back. Come, gentle night, come, loving black-browed night. Give me my Romeo, and when I shall die, take him and cut him out in little stars, and he will make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will be in love with night and pay no worship to the garish sun. Oh, I have bought the mansion of a love, but not possessed it. And though I am sold, not yet enjoyed. So tedious is this day, as is the night before some festival to an impatient child who hath new robes and may not wear them. Oh, here comes my nurse! And she brings news, and every tongue that speaks my Romeo's name speaks heavenly eloquence. Now, nurse, what news? What hast thou there? The ropes Romeo bid thee fetch?
Aye, the ropes.
Ay me, what news? Why dost thou wring thy hands?
Oh, 'tis too late. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. We are undone, lady. We are undone. Oh, curse this day. He's gone. He's killed. He's dead.
Can heaven be so spiteful?
Romeo can, though heaven cannot. Oh, Romeo, Romeo. Whoever would have thought it? Romeo!
Hath Romeo slain himself? Do not say I. That single vowel I shall poison more than the death-darting eye of basilisk. How could I be I if thou wilt say I? If those eyes closed, it makes the answer I. What devil art thou that thus torments me thus? If he be slain, say I, or if not, no. Brief sounds determine hence my joy or woe.
I saw the wound. I saw it with mine eyes. God save us all. Here on his manly breast, a piteous corpse, a bloody piteous corpse, pale, pale as ashes, body blotched in blood, in clotted blood. I fainted at the sight.
Oh, break my heart, poor beggar, break it once.
Oh, Tybalt, Tybalt, the best friend I had. Oh, courteous Tybalt, honest gentleman, that ever I should live to see thee dead.
What storm is this that blows so contrary? Is Romeo slaughtered and is Tybalt dead?
Tybalt is gone, and Romeo banished. Romeo that killed him, he is banished.
Oh, God! Did Romeo's hand shed Tybalt's blood?
It did. Alas, the day it did.
Oh, serpent heart, hid in a flowering face. Did ever dragon keep so fair a cave? Beautiful tyrant, fiend, angelical, dove-feathered raven, wolfish, ravenous lamb, despised substance of divinest show, just opposite to what thou justly seemst, a damned saint, an honorable villain. Oh, nature, what didst move you down to hell, to then implant the spirit of a fiend in mortal paradise of such sweet flesh? Was ever book containing such vile matter so fairly bound? Oh, that deceit should dwell in such a gorgeous palace.
There's no trust, no faith, no honesty in men, all perjured, all falsifying, all wicked, all deceivers. Ah, where's my man? Give me a shot of brandy. These griefs, these woes, these sorrows make me old. Shame come to Romeo.
Blistered be thy tongue for such a wish. He was not born to shame. Upon his brow shame is ashamed to sit, for 'tis a throne where honor may be crowned sole monarch of the universal earth. Oh, what a beast was I to chide at him!
Will you speak well of him that killed your cousin?
Shall I speak ill of him that is my husband? Ah, my poor lord, what tongue shall smooth thy name when I, thy 3 hours wife, have mangled it? But wherefore, villain, didst thou kill my cousin? That villain cousin would have killed my husband. Back, foolish tears, back to your native spring. Your tributary drops belong to woe, which you, mistaking, offer up to joy. My husband lives that Tybalt would have slain, and Tybalt's dead that would have slain my husband. Oh, this is comfort. Wherefore weep I then? Some word there was, much worse than Tybalt's death that murdered me. I would forget it gladly, but it presses to my memory like damn it guilty deeds to sinners' minds. Tybalt is dead, and Romeo banished. That one word banished hath slain 10,000 Tybalts. Tybalt's death was woe enough even if it ended there. Or foul woe delights in fellowship and needs to conjure up companion griefs. Why conjure not when she said, Tybalt's dead, thy father or thy mother, nay, or both, which then allows an outward lamentation. But with the rearward following Tybalt's death, Romeo is banished. To speak that word is father, mother, Tybalt, Romeo, Juliet, all slain, all dead. Romeo is banished. There's no end, no limit, measure, bound in that word's death. No words can that woe sound. Take up those ropes. Poor cords, you are beguiled, both you and I, for Romeo is exiled. He made you for a highway to my bed, but I, a maid, die, maiden widowed. Come, cords. Come, nurse, I'll to my wedding bed. In death, not Romeo, take my maidenhead.
Hi, dear chamber. I'll find Romeo to comfort you. I know well where he is. Hark ye, your Romeo will be here at night. I'll to him. He is hid at Lawrencell.
Oh, find him. Give this ring to my true knight and bid him come to take his last farewell.
Romeo, come forth, thou frightened man.
Father, what news? What doom commands the prince?
I bring thee tidings of the prince's doom.
What less than doomsday is the prince's doom?
A gentler judgment vanished from his lips. Not body's death, but body's banishment.
Huh? Banishment? Be merciful, say death. For exile hath more terror in his look, much more than death. Do not say banishment.
Hence from Verona art thou banished. Be patient, for the world is broad and wide.
There is no world without Verona walls, but purgatory, torture, hell itself. Hence banished is banished from the world, and world's exile is death. Then banished is death, misnamed. Calling death banished, thou cutt'st my head off with the golden axe, and smilest upon the stroke that murders me.
Oh, deadly sin! Oh, rude unthankfulness! While law calls death upon your fault, the prince, taking thy side, hath rushed away the law, and turned that black word death to banishment. This is kind mercy, and thou seest it not.
'Tis torture and not mercy. Heaven is here, where Juliet lives, and every cat and dog and little mouse, every unworthy thing live here in heaven and may look on her, but Romeo may not. More validity, more honorable state, more courtship lives in fruit flies than in Romeo. They may seize on the white wonder of dear Juliet's hand and steal immortal blessings from her lips, her pure unsullied lips, who during sleep still blush as thinking their own kisses sin. But Romeo may not, he is banished. Flies may do this, but from this I must fly. They are free men, but I am banished, and sayest thou yet that exile is not death? Hadst thou no poison mixed, no sharp-ground knife, no sudden mean of death, though ne'er so mean as banished to kill me, banished, O friar, the damned, damn that word in hell, howling when saying it. How hast thou the heart, being a divine, a holy father here, a sin absolver, and my friend professed to mangle me with that word banished?
Oh, foolish madman, wilt thou hear me speak?
Oh, thou wilt speak again of banishment.
I'll give thee armor to keep off that word, adversity, sweet milk, philosophy, to comfort thee though thou art banished.
Banished! Hang up philosophy, unless philosophy can make a Juliet. Displant a town, reverse a prince's doom. It helps not, it prevails not. Talk no more.
Oh, then I see that madmen have no ears.
How should they, when such wise men have no eyes?
Let me dispute with thee of thy affairs.
Thou canst not speak of that dost not feel. Wert thou as young as I, Juliet, thy love, an hour but married, Tybalt murdered, doting like me, and like me banished, then mightst thou speak, then mightst thou tear thy hair, and fall upon the ground as I do now, taking the measure of an unmade grave!
Arise, one knocks. Good Romeo, hide thyself.
Not I, unless the breath of heartsick groans enfold me mist-like from the search of eyes.
Hark how they knock! Who's there? Romeo, arise. Who knocks so hard? Where are you from? What's your will?
Let me come in, and you shall know my errand. I come from Lady Juliet.
Welcome, then.
Oh, tell me, holy friar, where is my lady's lord? Where's Romeo?
There, on the ground, with his own tears made drunk.
Oh, he is not unlike my lady's case, just like her case. Oh, woeful sympathy, piteous predicament, just as him lies she, blubbering and weeping, weeping and blubbering. Stand up! Stand up! Stand if you be a man! For Juliet's sake, for her sake, rise and stand! Why should you fall into so deep an O?
Nurse.
Ah, sir, death's the end of all.
Spake thou of Juliet? How is it with her? Doth not she think me an old murderer, now I have stained the childhood of our joy with blood, removed but little from her own? Where is she, and how doth she, and what says my concealed lady to our cancelled love?
Oh, she says nothing, sir, but weeps, and now falls on her bed, and then starts up, and Tybalt calls, and then on Romeo cries, and then down falls again.
As if that name shot from the deadly barrel of a gun did murder her, as that name's cursed hand murdered her kinsman. Oh, tell me, friar, tell me, in what vile part of this anatomy doth my name lodge? Tell me, and I'll hack off the hateful mansion!
Hold that desperate hand! You have amazed me. By my holy order, I thought your disposition better ruled. So you've slain Tybalt. Will you slay yourself, and slay your lady that in your life lives, by doing damned hate upon yourself? You scorn upon your birth, the heaven and earth. For birth and heaven and earth, all three do meet in you at once. Would you at once lose all? Fie! Fie! You shame your shape, your love, your wit. You're a hoarder, having in abundance, but using none for their true use. Thus trash away your shape, your love, your wit. Your noble shape is but a form of wax, diverting from the valor of a man. Your dear love sworn is hollow perjury, killing that love which you have vowed to cherish. Your wit that arms your shape and love is now misshapen by the tyranny of both. Like powder in an unskilled soldier's bin, it's set afire by your own ignorance, and you're dismembered by your own defense. What? Get up, man! Your Juliet is alive. There is your happy. Tybalt could kill you, but you slew Tybalt. There is your happy. The law that threatened death becomes your friend and turns death to exile. There is your happy. A pack of blessings light upon your back. Happiness courts you in her best distress. But like a misbehaving, sullen brat, you pout upon your fortune and your love. Take heed, for such die miserable. Go, get thee to thy love as was avowed. Rise to her chamber hence and comfort her. But leave Verona's gates ere sun doth fall, for when the watch is set, thou canst not pass to Mantua, where thou shalt live till time arrives to blaze your marriage, hold your friends, beg pardon of the prince, will call thee back with 20,100,000 times more joy than thou wentst forth in lamentation. Go ahead, nurse. Commend me to thy lady, and bid her hasten all the house to bed, which heavy sorrow makes them apt to do. Romeo is coming.
Oh, Lord. I could have stayed here all the night to hear good counsel. Oh, what learning is! My lord, I'll tell my lady you will come.
Do so, and bid my sweet prepare to chide.
Here, sir, a ring she bid me give you, sir. Hie you, make haste, for it grows very late.
How well my comfort is revived by this.
Go hence. Good night. Hold true to this our plan. Either be gone before the watch be set, or by the break of morrow's day, disguised, journey to Mantua. Give me thy hand. 'Tis late. Farewell. Good night.
Although a joy past joy calls out to me, it is a grief so brief to part with thee. Farewell.
Things have fallen out, sir, so unluckily that we have had no time to move our daughter. Mind now, she loved her kinsman Tybalt dearly, and so did I. Well, we were born to die. 'Tis very late. She'll not come down tonight, I promise you, but for your company, I would have been in bed an hour ago.
These times of woe afford no time to woo. Madam, good night. Commend me to your daughter.
I will. We'll know her mind early tomorrow. Tonight she's weighted with her heaviness.
Sir Paris, I will make a bolder offer of my child's love. I think she will be ruled in all respects by me. Nay, more, I doubt it not. Wife, go you to her ere you go to bed. Acquaint her now of my son Paris's love, and bid her, mark you me, on Wednesday next. But, what day is this?
Monday, my lord.
Monday! Well, Wednesday is too soon. Then Thursday, let it be. On Thursday, tell her, she shall be married to this noble earl.
Oh.
Will you be ready? Do you like this haste? We'll keep no great ado, a friend or two, for mind you, Tybalt's death so close in date, it may be thought we care not for our own befallen kinsmen if we revel much. Therefore, we'll have some 6 friends, and that's the end. So what say you to Thursday?
My lord, I would that Thursday were tomorrow.
Well, get you gone. On Thursday, be it then. Go you to Juliet ere you go to bed. Prepare her, wife, against this wedding day. Farewell, my lord. Light to my chamber, ho! Oh, my word, it is so very late that we may call it early by and by. Good night.
Fast forward, how does it end?
Yeah, Dustin just wants to know the end.
Some potion. A cocktail. A cocktail happens.
A cocktail?
Ooh, spoiler alert.
Yeah. Wilt thou be gone? It is not yet near day. It was the nightingale, and not the lark, that pierced the fearful hollow of thine ear. Nightly she sings on yond pomegranate tree. Believe me, love, it was the nightingale.
It was the lark, the herald of the morn. No nightingale. Look, love, what envious streaks do lace the severing clouds in yonder east. Night's candles are burnt out, and sprightly day stands tiptoe on the misty mountain tops. I must be gone and live, or stay and die.
Yond light is not daylight, I know it, I. It is some meteor that the sun exhales to be to thee this night a torch-bearer and light thee on thy way to Mantua. Therefore stay yet, thou needest not yet be gone.
Let me be ta'en.
Let me be put to death. I am content. If thou wilt have it so. I'll say, yon grey is not the morning's eye, 'tis but the pale mirage of Luna's brow. And that is not the lark whose notes do cry to vaulty heavens so high above our heads. I have more care to stay than will to go. Come, death, and welcome, Juliet, wilt it so. How is my soul? Let's talk. It is not day.
It is. It is. Hie hence, begone away. It is the lark that sings so out of tune, straining harsh discords and unpleasing sharps. Some say the lark sings like the running streams. Fie upon that gorge she runs twixt us. Some say her eyes are taken from the toads. I would she took their croaking voice instead, since arm from arm that voice parts us away. Thou fleeing hunters, while I in their house stay. Oh, now be gone, more light and light it grows.
More light and light, more dark and dark our woes.
Madam?
Nurse?
Your lady mother is coming to your chamber. The day is broke. Be wary. Look about.
And window let day in and let life out.
Farewell. Farewell, one kiss, and I'll descend.
Art thou gone so, love, lord, I husband, friend? I must hear from thee every day in the hour, for in a minute there are many days. Oh, by this count I shall be much in age ere I again behold my Romeo.
Farewell. I will omit no opportunity that may convey my greetings, love, to thee.
Oh, think'st thou we shall ever meet again?
I doubt it not, for all these woes shall serve for sweet discourses in our times to come.
Oh, God, I have an ill-divining thought. Thou art so low, methinks I saw thy face as one dead in the bottom of a tomb. Either my eyesight fails or thou look'st pale.
And trust me, love, in my eyes so do you. Dry sorrow drinks our blood. Adieu. Adieu.
Oh, fortune! Fortune! All men call thee fickle. If thou art fickle, he is not for thee, being so renowned for faith. Be fickle, Fortune. Then I hope thou wilt not keep him long, but send him back.
Knock, knock. Why, how now, Juliet?
Madam, I am not well.
Oh, ever more weeping for your cousin's death. What? Wilt thou take him from his grave with tears? E'en if thou couldst not make him live. Therefore be done. Some grief shows much of love, but much of grief displays a lack of wit.
Yet let me weep for such a deep-felt loss.
So shall you feel the loss, but not the friend which you weep for.
Feeling so the loss, I cannot help but choose to weep the friend.
Well, girl, you weep not so much for his death, but for the life the villain lives today.
What villain, madam?
That same villain, Romeo.
God pardon him. I do with all my heart, and yet no man hath grieved my heart as him.
That is because the traitor murderer lives.
So far away from where my hands might reach, and none but I shall venge my cousin's death.
We will have vengeance for it. Fear thou not. Then weep no more. I'll message one in Mantua, where that same banished vagabond doth live, to sneak in him in undetected file. And the rogue shall soon keep Tybalt company. And then I hope thou wilt be satisfied.
Indeed, I never shall be satisfied with Romeo till I behold him. Dead is my heart, vexed so for a kinsman lost. Madam, if you could find a stealthy man to bear a poison, I would render it, that Romeo should upon receipt thereof soon sleep in quiet. Oh, how my heart abhors to hear him named and cannot go to him. Repay the love I bore my cousin upon his body that hath slaughtered him.
Find thou the means, and I'll find such a man. But now I'll tell thee joyful tidings, girl.
And joy comes well in such a needy time. What are they, I beseech your ladyship?
Well, thou hast a caring father, child. One who, to lift thee from thy heaviness, hath sprung upon us sudden day of joy that thou expects not, nor one I looked for.
Madam, how fortunate. What day is that?
Mary, my child, early next Thursday morn, the gallant, young, and noble gentleman, the County Paris at St. Peter's Church, shall happily make thee there a joyful bride.
Now by St. Peter's Church, and Peter too, he shall not make me there a joyful bride. I wonder at this haste that I must wed before the man would even come to woo. I pray you, tell my lord and father, madam, I will not marry yet. And when I do, I swear it shall be Romeo, whom you know I hate, rather than Paris. These are news indeed.
Here comes your father. Tell him so yourself, and see how he will take to what you spake.
Art thou a fountain girl? Art still in tears? This storm must smooth, or else will overturn thy tempest-tossed body. How now, wife? Have you delivered to her our decree?
Aye, sir, but she will not. She gives you thanks. I would the fool were married to her grave.
Soft, take me with you. Take me with you, wife. How will she not? Does she not give us thanks? Is she not thrilled? Does she not see how blessed, unworthy as she is, that we have found so worthy a gentleman to be her bride?
Not thrilled you have, but thankful that you have. Thrilled I can never be of what I hate, but thankful for the hated act meant for love.
How? Chopped logic? What is this? Thrilled, and I thank you, and I thank you not, and yet not thrilled? Spoiled minion, you. Thank me no thankings, no thrill me no thrills, but fiddle your fine bones 'gainst Thursday next to go with Paris to St. Peter's Church, or I will drag thee by your hair onto the altar.
Fie! What? Are you mad?
Good father, I beseech you on my knees, hear me with patience. Let me speak a word.
Hang thee, young strumpet, disobedient wretch! I tell thee what, get thee to church on Thursday, or never think to look me in the face. Speak not, reply not, do not answer me. My fist trembles. Oh, wife, we thought us unblessed that God had lent us but this single child. But now I see this one is one too much, and that we have a curse in having her, disgusting harlot!
God in heaven bless her. You are not right, my lord, berating so.
On why, my lady Wisdom? Hold your tongue.
I've spoken none wrong.
Oh, God forbid me!
May not one speak?
Peace, you mumbling fool!
You are too hot.
Hang thee, it makes me mad. Day, night, hour, tide, time, work, play, alone in company, always I vexed over her match. And now I have provided a gentleman of noble parentage, of rich estates. He's young, holds inheritance, stuffed, as they say, with honorable virtues, so stacked with all a girl could wish to wed. And then to have a wretched, wailing fool, whining at her good fortune's gracious table, crying, I'll not wed, I cannot love, I am too young, I pray you pardon me. Fine! If you will not wed, I'll pardon you. Graze where you will, you shall not house with me. Look to it, think on't. I do not simply jest. Thursday is near. Lay hand on heart and think. If you be mine, I'll give you to my friend. If you be not, hang, beg, starve, die in the streets. For by my soul, I'll ne'er acknowledge thee. No, what is mine shall never be thine own. Believe me, think on't. I'll not turn these thoughts.
there no pity sitting in the clouds that sees into the bottom of my grief? Oh, sweet my mother, cast me not away. Delay this marriage for a month, a week, or if you cannot make the bridal bed in that dim monument where Tybalt lies.
Talk not to me, for I'll not speak a word. Do as thou wilt, for I am done with thee.
Oh, God! Oh, nurse, how shall this be prevented? My husband is on earth, my vows in heaven. How shall those vows return to be regiven unless that husband send it me from heaven by leaving earth? Comfort me, counsel me. How cruel that heaven should practice trickeries upon so soft a subject as myself. What sayest thou? Hast thou not a word of joy, some comfort, nurse?
Faith, here it is. Romeo is banished, and all the world to nothing are the chances he has of returning. Or if he does, it must be done in stealth. Then, since the case so stands as now it does, I think it best you married with the county. Oh, he's a lovely gentleman. Romeo's a dishcloth to him. An eagle, madam, has not so keen, so bright, so fair an eye as Paris hath. The devil take my heart, I think you blessed in this your second match, for it excels your first, or if it did not, your first is dead, or might as well be dead, for all the nothing he for you can do.
Speakest thou from thy heart?
And from my soul, too, else to hell with both.
Amen.
What?
Well, thou hast comforted me marvelous much. Go in and tell my mother I am gone, having displeased my father to Lawrence Cell, to make confession and to be absolved.
Marry, I will. And this is wisely done.
Ancient damnation.
Oh, most wicked fiend! Is it more sin to wish me thus a cheat, or to dispraise my lord with that same tongue which she hath praised him with above compare so many thousand times? Go, counselor! Thou and my bosom henceforth shall be twain. Well, to the friar to know his remedy. If all else fail, I've power to die myself.
On Thursday, sir. The time is very short.
My father Capulet will have it so, and I am loath to slow his haste at all.
You say you do not know the lady's mind. The course is too unsmooth. I like it not.
She weeps for Tybalt's death immoderately, and therefore have I little talked of love, for Venus smiles not in a house of tears.
Look, sir, here comes the lady toward my cell.
Happily met, my lady and my wife.
That may be, sir, when I may be a wife.
That may be, must be, love, on Thursday next.
What must be, shall be.
Honest words to speak.
Come you to make confession to this father?
I'd answer that if you were my confessor.
Do not deny to him that you love me.
I will confess to you that I love him.
So will ye, I am sure, that you love me.
And I am sure it will be of more worth to speak behind your back than to your face.
Poor soul, thy face is much abused with tears.
The tears got not much victory by that. My face was bad enough before their spite.
A claim that wrongs your beauty, worse than tears.
It is no slander, sir, if it is the truth, and what I spake it to my face.
Thy face is mine, and thou hast slandered it.
It may be so, for it is not mine own. Are you at leisure, Holy Father, now, or shall I come to you at evening mass?
I am at leisure now, my solemn daughter. My lord, we must now ask for time alone.
God forbid that I disturb devotion. Juliet, on Thursday morning will I arouse ye. Till then, adieu, and keep this holy kiss.
Oh,
shut the door, and when thou hast done so, come weep with me. Past hope, past cure, past help.
Oh, Juliet, I already know thy grief. It strains me past the compass of my wits. I hear thou must, and nothing may prolong it, on Thursday next be married to this county.
Friar, tell me not that thou hast heard it, unless thou tell me how I may prevent it. If in thy wisdom thou canst give no remedy, I bid thee call my resolution wise. While I do help myself thus with this knife. God joined my heart and Romeo's, thou art hands. Before this hand, sealed to my love by thee, shall sign away its honor to another, or ere my heart with treacherous revolt turn from my husband, this shall slay them both. Be not so long to speak. I long to die if what thou speakest speak not of remedy.
Hold, daughter. I do see a seed of hope that doth demand an act that's as extreme as that which we would venture to prevent. If thou hast strength of will to slay thyself rather than to marry County Paris, then is it likely thou wilt undertake a thing like death to chide away this shame? It wars with death himself to escape from it, but if thou dare, I'll give thee remedy.
Oh, bid me leap from battlements of towers, or walk through robbers' roads, or bid me lurk where serpents live, than make me marry Paris. Chain me in a cave with roaring bears, or hide me nightly in a pauper's vault overcovered thick with dead man's rotting bones, with reeking skin and skulls with missing jaws, or bid me go into an ancient grave and keep me with the bone-threaded clothes of old things that, to hear them told, have made me tremble, and I will do it without fear or doubt to live an unstained wife to my sweet love.
Hold then. Go home. Be merry. Give consent to marry Paris.
No.
Wednesday is tomorrow. Tomorrow night make sure thou lie alone. Let not the nurse lie with thee in thy chamber. Take thou this vial when you're in bed. Drink this distilled elixir, and so quick through all thy veins shall run like river Styx a cold and sluggish slumber for a time. Thy pulse shall yield the drumbeats of the dead. No warmth, no breath shall testify thou livest. The roses in thy lips and cheeks shall fade to pasty ashes. Thy eyes' windows fall like death when he shuts up the day of life. Each part, deprived of supple governance, shall stiffen, stark, and cold appear like death. And in this borrowed likeness of the dead, thou shalt continue 24 hours, and then awake, as from a pleasant sleep. Now, when the bridegroom in the morning comes to rouse thee from thy bed, there art thou dead. Then, as the manner of our country is, in thy best robes uncovered you shall lie. Thou shalt be laid to that same ancient vault where all the kindred of the Capulets lie. In the meantime, before thou shalt awake, shall Romeo by my letters know our plan, and hither shall he come. And he and I will watch thy waking, and that very night shall Romeo bear thee hence to Mantua, and this shall free thee from this present shame. If no inconstant whim nor womanish fear abate thy valor in the acting it.
Give me, oh, tell me not of fear.
Hold, get you gone, be strong and prosperous in this resolve. I'll send a friar with speed to Mantua with my letters to thy lord.
Love, give me strength, and strength shall help the act. Farewell, dear father.
Invite all guests on this list are writ. And sirrah, go hire me 20 cunning cooks.
You shall have the best, sir, 'cause I'll put 'em all to the finger-licking test.
How canst thou test them so?
Easy, sir. A cook that won't lick his own fingers don't like his own taste, so no licking, no hiring.
Go, be gone. We shall be unprepared much for this time. What, is my daughter gone to Friar Lawrence?
Aye, she has.
Well, he may chance to do some good on her. A peevish, stubborn harlotry it is.
Look! There she comes from church with merry look.
Clang, 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 clang.
How now, my headstrong? Where have you been wandering?
where I've been taught to quick repent the sin of disobedient opposition to you and your commands, and am advised by Holy Lawrence to fall prostrate here to beg your pardon. Pardon, I beseech you. Henceforward, I am ever ruled by you.
Send for the county. Go tell him of this. I'll have this knot knit up tomorrow morning.
I met the youthful lord at Friar's Cell and gave him what might soon become a love, not stepping o'er the bounds of modesty.
Why, I am glad on't. This is good. Stand up. This is as it should be. Let me see. The county. I, Mary, go, I say, and fetch him hither. Now, before God, this reverend holy friar, our whole city is much obliged to him.
Nurse, will you go with me into my closet to help me choose the needed ornaments that you think fit to furnish me tomorrow?
No, not till Thursday. There is time enough.
Go, nurse, go with her. We'll to church tomorrow.
We shall be rushed to meet our preparation. 'Tis now near night.
Tush, I will stir about, and all things shall be well. I warrant thee, wife. Go thou to Juliet, help adorn our child. I'll not to bed tonight. Let me alone. I'll play the housewife for this once. What ho! They're all gone. Well, I will walk myself to County Paris to prepare him up against tomorrow. My heart is wondrous light since this same wayward girl returns from plight.
Aye, those attires fit best. But, gentle nurse, I pray thee leave me to myself tonight.
Oh.
For I have need to kneel in private prayer to move the fates to smile upon my state, which, well, thou knowest, is laden full of sin.
Knock, knock. What? Are you busy, ho? Need you my help?
No, madam, we have culled such necessaries that well befit our circumstance tomorrow. So please you, let me now be left alone. And let the nurse this night sit up with you. For I'm sure you have your hands all full in this so sudden business.
Good night. Get thee to bed and rest, for thou hast need.
Farewell. God knows when we shall meet again. A faint, cold fear thrills through my witless veins. It almost freezes up the heat of life. I will call them back again to comfort me. Nurse! But what could she do here? My dismal scene, I need to act alone. Come, potion. What if this mixture does not work at all? Shall I be married, then, tomorrow morning? No, no. This dagger shall forbid it. Lie thou there. What if the friar hath cunningly dispensed a poison in my hands to have me dead, lest in this marriage he should be dishonored because he married me before to Romeo? I fear it is. Yet it cannot be true, for he hath always proved a holy man. What if, when I am laid into the tomb, I wake before the time Romeo come to redeem me? There's a fearful thought. Shall I not then be stifled in the vault, whose shielded mouth no healthy air breathes in, and there die strangled ere my Romeo comes? Or, if I live, how shall I reconcile my waking breath with frigid dews of death together in the terror of the place, shut up therein an ancient receptacle wherein the bones of all my ancestors are packed from since the many hundred years, where bloody Tybalt, yet still green in earth, lies festering in his cloak, where, as they say, at some hours in the night, spirits return. Alack, alack, how long in early waking shall I bear to withstand the loathsome smells, the shrieks like mandrakes torn out of the earth? They drive the living toward madness, 'tis said. Oh, if I wake, shall I not be distraught, surrounded with all these hideous fears, and
madly play with my forefather's joints and pluck the mangled Tybalt from his cloak, till in this craze I find some kinsman's bones and use it to bash out my desperate brains. Oh, look. Methinks I see my cousin's ghost seeking out Romeo that did spike his body upon a rapier's point. Stay, Tybalt, stay. Romeo. 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 A drink. I drink to thee.
Hold! Take these keys and fetch more spices, nurse.
They call for dates and quinces in the kitchen.
Come, stir, stir, stir! The second cock hath crowed. The bell rings in first light. 'Tis 3 o'clock. Tend to the pastries, good Angelica. Spare not for cost.
Oh, go, you housewife, go. Get you to bed. Faith, you'll be sick tomorrow for watching through this night.
Not likely. What? I've often stayed awake all night for lesser cause, and ne'er been sick.
Aye, you've been night prowling in your time, but I'll watch you from such watching now.
A jealous lady, oh, a jealous lady. Now, fellow, what is there?
Things for the cook, sir, but not sure what.
Make haste, make haste. Sarah, fetch drier wood. Call Peter, he will show thee where they are.
I don't need to bother Peter for the matter. I have had to find some blocks of wood, sir.
Right, and well said. A funny bastard. Thou shalt be a blockhead. Oh, look here, 'tis day. The county will be here with music soon. Or so he said he would. Play music. I hear him near. Nurse, wife, what ho? What nurse, I say? Go waken Juliet. Go and dress her up. I'll go and chat with Paris. Hi, make haste, make haste. The bridegroom, he has come already. Make haste, I say. Slam!
Mistress! What, mistress? Juliet! Fast asleep, I'll bet. Why, lamb, why, lady, fie, you lazy bones. Why, love, I say, madam, sweetheart, why, bride? What, not a word? Yea, make the most of it now. Sleep for a week. For the next night, I warrant, the county Paris gave up more than rest to see you rest but little. God forgive me, Mary and Amen. How sound is she asleep? I needs must wake her. Madam, madam, madam. Aye, let the county find you in your bed. He'll fright you right awake, am I not right? What? Dressed and in your clothes and down again. I must needs wake you. Lady, lady, lady. Alas, alas, help! Help, my lady's dead! Oh, woe's the day that ever I was born! Some drops of brandy, oh, my lord, my lady!
What noise is this?
Oh, lamentable day!
What is the matter?
Look, oh, heavy day!
Oh, me, my child, my only life! Revive! Look up, or I will die with thee! Help! Help! Call help!
For shame! Bring Juliet forth! Her lord is here!
She's dead! Deceased! She's dead! Oh, woe's the day!
Woe's the day! She's dead! She's dead!
Let me see her. Out! Alas, she's cold. Death lies on her like an untimely frost upon the sweetest flower of all the field.
Oh, lamentable day!
Oh, woeful time!
Come, is the bride ready to go to church?
Ready to go, but never to return. Oh, son, the night before thy wedding day hath death lain with thy wife. There she lies, flower as she was, deflowered by him. Death is my son-in-law, death is my heir, my daughter he hath wedded. I will die and leave him all. Life, living, all is death's.
I've waited so long to see this morning's face, And doth it give me such a sight as this?
Cursed, unhappy, wretched, hateful day! Most miserable hour that e'er time saw in all the minutes of his mortiment!
Lamentable day, most woeful day that ever I did yet behold!
What death! My time beguiled! Cruel,
My child is dead, and with my child my joys are buried!
Peace, oh, for shame! Confusion's cure lives not in these confusions. Heaven and yourself both shared a part of her, now heaven hath all, and all the better is it for the girl. Your part in her you could not keep from death, but heaven keeps his part in eternal life. The most you sought was her promotion, for 'twas your heaven she should be advanced. And weep ye now, seeing she is advanced, above the clouds, as high as heaven itself. Oh, is the love you bear your child so ill that you run mad, seeing that she is well? 'Tis best she married well and died young, than married less than well and lived long. Dry up your tears, and throw your rosemary on this fair corpse. And as the custom is, bear her to church in her most beauteous gowns. For though love's nature bids us all lament, our reasons for her merriment.
all things that were ordained as festival turn from their ordinance to funeral.
Sir, go you in, and madam go with him, and go, Sir Paris. Everyone prepare to follow this fair corpse unto her grave. The heavens do glare upon you for some ill. Move them no more by crossing their high will.
If I may trust the flattering tales of sleep, my dreams do tell of joyful news at hand. I dreamt my lady came and found me dead. For dreams permit a dead man thoughts to think. Such life she breathed upon my lips with kisses that I revived again as emperor. Oh me, how sweet must love be in the flesh when love's mere shadows are so rich in joy. News from Verona. How now, Balthazar? Dost thou not bring me letters from the friar? How doth my lady? Is my father well? How doth my Juliet? That I ask again, for nothing can be ill if she be well.
Then she is well, and nothing can be ill. Her body sleeps in Capulet's deep vault, and her immortal part with angels lives.
What?
As soon as I saw her laid in the tombs, I galloped quickly hence to tell it you. Oh, pardon me for bringing these ill news, since you did ask it be my duty, sir.
Is it e'en so? Then I defy you, stars. Thou knowest my lodging. Get me ink and paper and hire some horses. I will leave tonight.
I do beseech you, sir, have patience. Your looks are pale and wild, and do give sense of misadventure.
Oh, thou art deceived. Leave me, and do the thing I bid thee do. Hast thou no letters to me from the friar?
No, my good lord.
No matter. Get thee gone. And hire those horses. I'll be with thee soon. Well, Juliet, I will lie with thee tonight. I shall find means. Oh, mischief, thou art swift to enter in the thoughts of desperate men. I do remember an apothecary that hereabouts doth dwell. I saw him once in tattered clothes and thick protruding brows, looking o'er herbs. So deep in poverty, sharp misery had worn him to the bones, and in his needy shop lay tortoise shells, stuffed husk of alligator,
scales from skins of strangest fishes, and upon his shelves a meager smattering of empty boxes, green earthen pots, bladders, and moldy seeds, remnants of packing ropes and rotting petals thinly scattered to display a show. So poor was he that I said to myself, now if a man needs poison in Mantua, where sale of such would cost the merchant death, here lives a tragic wretch would sell it him. Huh. A passing thought gave means before my need, and this same needy man must be my means. Knock, knock, knock. As I remember, this should be the house. Being a holiday, the beggar's shop is shut. Knock, knock, knock. What ho, apothecary!
Who calls so loud?
Come hither, man. I see that thou art poor. Hold, there is 40 silvers. Let me have a drop of poison, a quick-footed sip that will disperse itself through all the veins, so the life-weary taker may fall dead. So swiftly that the corpse be done with breath as speedily as hasty powder fired, expire from the fatal cannon's womb.
Such mortal drugs I have, but Mantua's law gives death to any man that peddles them.
Art thou so bare and full of wretchedness? Thou fearest to die. Famine is in thy cheeks. Need and oppression starveth in thy eyes. Contempt and beggary hangs upon thy back. The world is not thy friend, nor the world's law. The world affords no law to make thee rich. Thus be not poor, but break the law and take.
My poverty, but not my will, consents.
I pay thy poverty, and not thy will.
Put this in any liquid thing you will, and drink it down. Even if you had the strength of 20 men, it would dispatch you straight.
There is thy gold. Worse poison to men's souls, doing more murder in this loathsome world than these poor compounds that thou mayst not sell. I sell thee poison, thou hast sold me none. Farewell, buy food, and get thy bones some flesh. Come, cocktail, and not poison, go with me to Juliet's grave, for there must I use thee.
Holy Franciscan friar, brother, ho!
This is the voice of welcomed Friar John. Come you from Mantua? What says Romeo? Or if his mind be writ, give me his letter.
I went to find a friendly brother out, one of our order, to aid my travels, and found him in this city with the sick, but visiting, and then the officers, suspecting that we both were in a house where the infectious pestilence did reign, sealed up the doors and would not let us leave. And so my trip to Mantua was delayed.
Who bore my letter then to Romeo?
I could not send it. Here, I give you it.
Unhappy fortune! By my brotherhood, the letter was not mild, but full of charge, of dear import, and this misfortune's stay may do much danger.
Brother, I'll...
Slam! Now must I to the monument alone. Within this 3 hours will fair Juliet wake. She will be better much that Romeo hath had no notice of these incidents. But I will write again to Mantua, and keep her at my cell till Romeo come. Poor living corpse closed in a dead man's tomb!
Give me thy torch, boy. Go, and stand aloof. No! Put it out! For I should not be seen. Now, hide yourself beneath yond willow trees, holding thy ear close to the hollow ground. No foot shall tread upon the churchyard earth, but thou shalt hear it. Whistle then to me, a signal that thou hearest something approach. Give me those flowers.
Huh?
Do as I bid thee. Go!
I am almost afraid to wait alone here in the churchyard, yet I will adventure.
sweet flower. With flowers thy bridal bed I gild. Oh, woe! Thy canopy is dust and stones, which with sweet water nightly I will dew. If not with that, with tears distilled by moans. This ritual for thee I vow to keep, to nightly gild thy grave with flowers and weep. This boy gives warning something doth approach. What cursed foot wanders this way tonight, to cross my rituals and true love's right?
Give me the light. Upon thy life I charge thee, whate'er thou hearest or seest, stay well away, and do not interrupt me in my course. But if thou curious, return to pry in what I farther shall intend to do. By heaven I will tear thee, joint by joint, and gild this hungry churchyard with thy limbs. The depth of my intents are savage wild, more fierce and merciless than empty-gutted tigers or the roaring ocean tides.
I will be gone, sir, and not trouble ye.
So shalt thou show me friendship. Take thou that. Live and be prosperous, and farewell, good fellow. Thou unrelenting mouth, thou womb of death, gorged with the dearest morsel of the earth. Thus I enforce thy rotten jaws to open. Revenge I'll cram thee with more food.
This is that banished haughty Montague. And here he comes to do some villainous shame to the dead bodies. I will apprehend him. Stop thy unhallowed toil, vile Montague. Can vengeance be pursued further than death? Condemned villain, I do apprehend thee. Obey and go with me, for thou must die.
I must indeed, and therefore came I hither. Good, gentle youth, tempt not a desperate man. Fly hence and leave me. I beseech thee, youth, put not another sin upon my head by urging me to fury. Oh, begone! By heaven, I love thee better than myself, for I come hither armed against myself. Stay not, begone, live, and hereafter say, a madman's mercy bid thee run away.
I do refuse thy invocation, and apprehend thee for a felon here.
Wilt thou provoke me? Then have at thee, boy! Our names are written in sour misfortune's book. I'll bury thee in a majestic grave. A grave? Oh, no. A lantern. Slaughtered youth, for here lies Juliet. And her beauty makes this vault a feasting presence, full of light. How oft, when men are at the point of death, have they been merry, which their keepers call a lightning before death? Oh, how may I call this a lightning? Oh, my love, my wife, death that hath sucked the honey of thy breath hath had no power yet upon thy beauty. Thou art not conquered. Beauty's banner holds, it crimson in thy lips and in thy cheeks. And death's pale flag is not advanced there? Why art thou yet so fair? Shall I believe insipid death has fallen prey to love, that the abominable monster keeps thee here in dark to be his concubine? For fear of that, I'll always stay with thee, never from this palace of dim night depart again. Here will I remain, with worms that are thy chambermaids. Here will I set up my everlasting rest and shake the yoke of fortune's heavy weight from this world-wearied flesh. Eyes, look your last. Arms, take your last embrace. And lips, oh you, the doors of breath, seal with a righteous kiss a lasting bargain with devouring death. Come, bitter compass, come, and savory guide, thou desperate sailor. Now, at once do crash on ragged rocks this seasick, weary bark. Here's to my love. Oh, true apothecary, thy drugs are quick. Thus with the kiss I die.
I do remember well where I should be, and there I am. Where is my Romeo? What's here? A cup, closed in my true love's hand. Poison, I see, hath been his timeless end. Miser, drunk all and left no friendly drop to help me after. I will kiss thy lips. Perhaps some poison yet doth hang on them to make me die with one last healing sip. Thy lips are warm.
Lead, boy. Which way?
What noise? Then I'll be brief. Oh, happy dagger! This is thy sheath. There rest, and let me die.
This is the place, there, where the torch doth burn.
The ground is bloody. Search about the churchyard. Go, some of you. Whoe'er you find, arrest.
Pitiful sight.
Here lies the county slain, and Juliet bleeding, warm, and newly dead.
What misadventure is so early up that calls our person from our morning rest?
What is the cause behind these shrieks and sounds?
Oh, the people in the street cry Romeo, some Juliet, and some Paris, and all run in open riot toward our monument.
What fear is this which startles in our ears?
Sovereign, here lies the county Paris slain, and Romeo dead, and Juliet dead before, warm and new killed.
Oh, heavens! Oh, wife, look how our daughter bleeds!
Oh, me, this sight of death is as a bell that warns my old age to a sepulchre.
Oh, thou unschooled! What manners is in this to race before thy father to a grave?
Seal up the mouth of outrage for a while, till we can clear these ambiguities and know their spring, their head, their true descent, and then will I be general of your woes and lead you even to death. Meantime, endure, and bear your sorrows with calm fortitude. Bring forth the parties of suspicion.
Here is a friar, and slaughtered Romeo's man, with instruments upon them fit to open these dead men's tombs.
I am the greatest, able to do least, yet most suspected of this direful murder, incriminated by the time and place, and here I stand, both to defend and purge. I've both condemned and pardoned my own deeds.
Then say at once what thou dost know in this.
I will be brief, for my remaining breaths are not enough to tell a tedious tale. Romeo, there dead, was husband to that Juliet, and she, there dead, that Romeo's faithful wife. I married them, and this veiled marriage day was Tybalt's doomsday, whose untimely death banished the new-made bridegroom from this city, for whom, and not for Tybalt, Juliet pined. You, Capulet, to remove that siege of grief from her, betrothed and would have married her by force to County Paris. Then came she to me, and with wild looks bid me devise some mean to rid her from this second marriage. Or in my cell there would she kill herself. Then gave I her, so tutored by my art, a sleeping potion, which so took effect as I intended, for it brought on her the look of death. Meantime I writ to Romeo that he should hither come on this dark night to help to take her from her short-lived grave, ere the time the potion's force should cease. But he which bore my letter, Friar John, was stayed by accident, and yesternight returned my letter back. So all alone, at the prefixed hour of her waking, came I to take her from her kindred's vault, meaning to keep her closely at my cell till I conveniently could send to Romeo. But when I came some minutes ere the time of her awakening, here untimely lay the noble Paris and true Romeo dead, and she, as it seems, did violence on herself. All this I know, and if I'm to fault for playing any part in this sad tale, let my old life live out its final hours under the rigor of severest law.
Where's Romeo's man? What can he say to this?
I brought my master news of Juliet's death, and then in haste he rode from Mantua to this same place, to this same monument, and entering the vault did swear my death if I departed not, and followed hence.
Sirrah, what brought your master to this place?
He came with flowers to gild my lady's grave, and bid me stand aloof, and so I did. Anon comes one with light to ope the tomb, and by this Paris drew on him. And then I ran away to call the watch.
Where be these enemies? Capulet, Montague, see what a scourge is burst to scorn your hate, that heaven found means to kill your joys with love. And I, for long allowing hate, have a pair of kinsmen lost. All are punished. A glooming peace this morning with it brings. The sun for sorrow will not show his face. Go hence to have more talk of these sad things. Some shall be pardoned, and some punished. For never was a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo.
Next Chapter Podcast presents the Natco and Two River Theater production of Romeo and Juliet, written by William Shakespeare, and translated into modern English verse by Hansel Jung. The Play On Podcast series, Romeo and Juliet, is directed by Dustin Wills. Radio play by Catherine Eaton, with additional contributions by Liana Keys. The cast is as follows: Dorcas Lung as Juliet, Chris Bano as Romeo, Mia Katigbak as Nurse and Prince, Daniel Liu as Lady Capulet, Lady Montague, and Peter, Purva Bedi as Friar Lawrence, Mitchell Winter as Paris, Tybalt, and Apothecary, Daisuke Tsuji as Lord Capulet and Lord Montague, Jose Gamo as Mercutio and Samson, Zion Jang as Benvolio and Balthazar. Casting by the Telsey Office, Karen Castle, CSA. Mix and sound design by Lindsay Jones. Original music composition by Brian Quijada. Additional music composition and music direction by Nigel Robinson. Sound engineering by Sadaharu Yagi. Mix engineer and dialogue editor, Larry Walsh. Podcast mastering by Greg Cortez at New Monkey Studio. Coordinating producer, Transcend Streaming, Kira Bowie and Liana Keys. Executive producer, Michael Goodfriend. The managing director of business operations and partnerships at Next Chapter Podcasts is Sally Cade Holmes. The Play On Podcast series, Romeo and Juliet, is produced by Next Chapter Podcasts and is made possible by the generous support of the Hits Foundation. Visit ncpodcast.com for more about the Play On Podcast series. Visit playonshakespeare.org for more about Play On Shakespeare. Subscribe to Play On Premium on Apollo Plus for ad-free episodes. And join our Patreon for exclusive merchandise and early commercial-free releases. Go to playonpodcast.com for our bonus content, where you'll find interviews with the artists, producers, and engineers who brought it all to life. And remember, violent delights have violent ends.
That was awesome.
Now do it like it's a happy ending, actually.
And then they all go to heaven.
Because the families get together.
heaven.
Because the kids die, the families get together.
And there's a dance party there.
And then they all come back to life and they all kiss.
Daniel, I'm gonna mute you now.
And there's choreographed bows.
And then they all have a cast party.
Thank you.
Okay. Two
Fine.
households.
Yo, that was cool.
Join Play On Premium to get merch like t-shirts, hoodies, and coffee mugs, ad-free episodes, and bonus content video featuring interviews with the actors, producers, playwrights, and directors who brought it all to life. Go to ncpodcasts.com and subscribe to Play On Premium to support the art and the artists.
Every day, we rise, challenging ourselves to work for what we believe in. At U.S. Border Patrol, protecting our borders is more than a job. It's a calling. Agents answer the call, working together to keep our country and communities safe. If you're ready for a new mission, join U.S. Border Patrol and go beyond. Learn more at cbp.gov/careers.
Next Chapter Podcasts.